I say every day. It's a getting closer to taking a bath with my fucking toaster.
We're not qualified.
Who are you?
Explorers in the further regions of experience.
I understand. Did you not listen?
Then the hell with you.
Greetings, salutations, and welcome to the 161st episode of Screaming Into the Void, the show where we talk about whatever the hell we feel like. My name is Samuel the Infamous, and joining me today, we have Anna of Anna's Gameland. Welcome back.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Indeed.
Happy Saturday.
Yeah, that too. We also have, as a recurring character on the panel, on the streams, on the stuff, on pretty much everywhere you can find anybody on the internet ever, Abe.
Howdy.
Welcome in.
Hey.
So we are short a Sasquatch today. That is probably my fault. I got him the link real late. I don't know if he might show up later. He might not. It kind of depends. Also, as we all know, sometimes real life stuff takes precedence, and you don't have time to notify anybody about it. So I don't know. Maybe he's stuck on a John. Maybe he's out wrestling a bear or something. It's you never know with him.
No and Sasquatch probably both at the same time.
He's wrestling a bear out of his butt. And as far as everybody else goes, I mean, they got the link. They know where we are. Gal's still on vacation till next week. She'll be back then. And then, yeah. So we're going to try and have a little bit of fun today because, there's a bunch of dire shit going on in the world. And frankly, I'm sick of it. I would like to have a little fun. Thank you.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah. Anywho, let's go ahead and say hello to the chat before we move too further forward. That sentence was an atrocity, I think.
It's close enough. Carry on.
It's fine. We all need sleep, don't we? On this panel.
It's understandable if I fuck up somebody else's language, but when I do it to my own, it's just a whole other thing. Anyhow, thank you all for coming in and hanging out with us. We're live currently on Twix, YouTube, and Rumble. If you're at any of those places and I don't see you immediately when greeting the chat, let us know you're here. Drop something in the chat, and we'll bring it up on the screen here. JB, welcome in. Good to see you, my man.
Yo.
Good to see you. We got Anna's Gameland with us. I've got Old Blindy. Hello. Good to see you. We've also got on the panel here Abe. And I've got to do something here with that in a second, but we'll worry about that in a second. We also have Zillage in the chat. Howdy. Welcome in. So far, Jack Tarlat. Good to see you, brother.
Hello, Father. Yeah.
My hetero life mate.
Yes.
Hey,
okay.
you know what, Abe? He literally is my father in the online community.
I was going to say, did your dad know about that? Because your actual dad's been in my chats before too, so it's like, and he's not Jack.
Multiple dads, apparently.
Hold on, does that mean you're my online niece? What the fuck?
Yeah, right? So weird. Hey, Jack. Hello, Father.
We've got Ben T in the chat. Welcome in, buddy. So, yeah, like I said, it's been a whirlwind the last couple of months of just like nonstop shit happening everywhere. So, we're going to kind of lean into that a little bit, but with like a whimsical and simultaneously massively disgusting spin. The big thing that we're going to do today, and I haven't done it yet, but it will be in the link or in the description below. I will add the link to both the video and the channel. Shoe on Head put out a video on Wednesday, I believe.
Yeah.
About the degeneracy of the Western woman and the smut she reads.
Women Are Cooked, I think was the title of the video, was it not?
Yeah. She starts off with like the female gooner epidemic, which is pretty fucking funny because all anybody talks about are male gooners. And for those of you out there who don't know, gooner is internet slang for
apparently milking minotaurs is a thing. Who'd have known?
Porn addicts. So and it was just such an amusing video. I mean, it's like disturbing and it's concerning, but it's also very funny at the same time. So I don't know in the private chat here if you want to bring that up. It's so wild. Yes, milking minotaurs. Milking is exactly the wrong word for what he's doing in this book, but yeah. That's
okay,
cool.
so you want me to bring this video up?
Yes, please.
Oh, Nuxino. I've seen quite a few of his things.
Oh, is this the Nux video? Shit, hold on. Don't bring that one up. I'll bring the other one up. Or I'll get the other link. Yeah, no, that's Nux reacting to her video. I grabbed the wrong one.
Yeah.
I'm a professional, ladies and gentlemen.
Indeed.
It's so bad.
It's okay. It's fine.
I hope. Anyhow, how are you guys doing? Here we go. I think this is the correct link. I gotta copy it.
Hey, how much sleep did you get actually?
I think I've had about half an hour over the past 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that should be the correct link.
It is indeed.
All right.
Okay, so.
So, and for those of you who are not aware of who Shuan Head is, she is one of the. She's been pretty left-leaning for a long time, kind of a Bernie bro, really into social safety nets and that kind of thing, and strangely, reasonably based at times. It's very strange with her. But she's also, if you're not familiar with her videos, she's very, very funny. Her videos are very hilarious. She does a good job. So, hey, Arden Party, welcome in. And Kenzo, good to see you, buddy.
Kenzo!
So we're gonna EFAP this a little bit. We're gonna talk about it as it goes along because I think this is worth reacting to. More people need to see it, and I will be linking it in the description below at some point. So,
let me know when you want to go.
Oh, I didn't see you there. What am I reading, you ask? Well, just one of the best-selling books on Amazon right now. With millions of sales and almost 20,000 5-star reviews, this book has been absolutely blowing up, especially on TikTok, or BookTok, as the kids call it. Thousands and thousands of women, in particular, have been raving about this piece of literature. What piece of literature is it, you may ask? Well, Morning Glory Milking Farm, of course. A popular romance novel about a young woman down on her luck who does what every young woman does when facing financial struggle. She starts an OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding. She wouldn't degrade herself like that. She gets a job kicking off monsters.
That's right, the Morning Glory Milking Farm.
I have been reading Morning Glory Milking Farm since last night, and I'm obsessed.
This was a good time. It did not disappoint.
If this book is trash, then I am a fucking raccoon. Give me all of the garbage.
Get your eyeballs on this, because it is so good.
I fucking love her intros.
I regret to inform you that there is a new epidemic. An epidemic that many have yet to discuss. And that epidemic is female gooners.
Yeah, let's pause here. That's one of the things we're gonna need to do that fairly frequently for the whole fair use aspect. But she's not wrong, man. I mean, look, if you go back, right, a lot of people would take it back to like 50 Shades, which spun off of Stephanie Meyer's Twilight series. You could even go to that. I would take it as far back as Anne Rice.
Okay.
I was thinking Mills and Boone.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, I was discussing this. Duke Devil 95 the other day said, well, we might as well blame Bram Stoker if you're blaming Anne Rice. I was like, well, yeah, but if we're going to go back that far, we could probably blame Poe for Lenore.
Yeah. And if we're going to go back that far, we may as well just say, fuck it, Adam and Eve, whatever.
right? Well, I mean, they weren't banging monsters, but yeah.
well,
you know, but we don't
Okay,
really know
but
what happened before
what
they
is
did.
what is the debate here? What are we? So women cannot goon over men?
Not at all. It's not, and that's so. My whole position on this is that men do it, and while I think that there is a degree of pornography addiction that is indeed not only personally harmful but harmful to society as a whole, I'm not one of those like we should just toss the whole thing out kind of people. And I don't necessarily have a problem with women having fantasies.
Okay.
I kind of don't get the cow thing.
Yeah, Arden Parties made the point here. No, by all means, goon, but goon over human men. Yeah.
Like if you remember a couple of months ago when they were all saying, "Oh, I choose the bear. I choose the bear." I was like, "Well, the bear's not going to let you jerk him off. First of all, secondly, he's just going to kill you."
Yeah.
So why not rich monster man? Well, and that's the other thing. All of these fantasies involve like billionaires, right? As if somehow that makes like some of the horrifying shit that they do. Like Christian Grey. If Christian Grey wasn't a billionaire, if he wore a wife beater and lived on the wrong side of the tracks, he'd be up on charges, felony charges.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sure.
Utter craziness. I don't know. It's not an udder though. It's a penis.
Yeah,
So-
I don't know. I don't really I'm more of a, well, you both know me. I read old school classics where when women goon, it's about this romantic character, this,
Yeah.
knight that comes and saves you or some shit. Not this
Yeah.
bullshit.
It's romantic and emotional, isn't it? Not
Yeah, not this like
not
you're
bestiality.
perverted.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of the thing. Is like once upon a time, the fantasy was about the knight who came to save the damsel from the dragon, and they kissed passionately or whatever, and that was, and fell in love and did all those things. And now it's kind of about the knight sitting on a chair in a corner while the dragon fucks the princess.
Oh my god, Sam. Exactly.
Bestiality cook porn. I never thought that'd come up. Holy shit.
Yeah. And we actually talked with Clifton on Monday Mashup, and a lot of the anime people in that community. Like, what is up with these guys who are like almost what do you call them? Half man, half horse. And in the anime community, like it's a big thing now with the men looking like they're horses or something. And I don't know. This is just getting into weird territory.
Like which way? Like their heads are horses or their back ends are horses?
No,
like
they're like have a face, like an anime man's face, but then like a horse's body.
Oh,
Yeah.
so like really,
Yeah.
really, really deformed centaurs.
Oh my god, Ken.
Yeah. Yeah.
I knew you were gonna
It's
say
not
that.
not even a proper centaur. Holy shit. Fucking hell.
Yeah, well, in Ardent Party, we'll get to that, and so will this video. This video does get to that, yes. Anywho, let's continue.
Now, for those of you unaware, gooner is internet slang for someone addicted to porn. And smut is slang for dark romance novels, otherwise known as porn. Many correct about the dangers of porn addiction with men, how it can destroy their lives and their relationships, and most men know the material they consume is weird. That is why they are ashamed of it. That is why they delete their browser history. That is why they go incognito mode. But these bitches freaks out here. They display their smut openly in bookstores. They proudly pose in front of their smut collection.
So, yeah. I mean, the more out there it is, the more weird a guy gets about, like, anybody knowing about it, kind of thing. But, And there's a ton of stigma attached to that shit, and it's only gotten worse since the advent of the internet because it's freely available everywhere.
Very much so.
I mean, we've talked about it before on this show.
Well,
You remember
not just the
days when you found
stigma,
a milk
but the
crate in
content.
woods with a bunch of old Playboys in it.
Yeah.
So
the content's gotten more hardcore, more fetishistic, and the stigma quite naturally has grown with that.
I like that word, fetishistic.
Yeah.
It's a good word. Thank you, Abe. I'm going to start using that more often on the internet. Instead of the other...
Maybe don't.
Instead of the other F word.
Fetishistic you.
There we go. Kenzo's got one there. He's ashamed of his Black Centaur porn fantasies.
No, you're not. Come on.
No. Otherwise, you wouldn't be publicly confessing to it.
If you were ashamed of anything, you wouldn't come out in public as a ginger. Let's be honest.
Oh.
I kid. Kenzo's a buddy. But he is also a ginger and therefore soulless. Anywho.
True story. And I say this as a day walker.
Right?
Oh my god, I don't know why that's funny, but it's funny.
Shall we carry on?
Yes, please.
They discuss their smut openly on TikTok. They go to smut conventions and get choked out by 9-foot-tall shirtless Wendigos. Now, I know what you are thinking.
What? That's something
Shoot,
else. Let's
isn't this the
pause there too. Aside from the 9-foot Wendigo thing, there has been a change in how younger men approach sex, and younger women too, to a degree, because of the prevalence of things like choking in porn.
Yeah.
Right. Which I have always had an issue with because I think that promotes violence in the bedroom, which is a bad thing. Right. I mean,
unless it's consensual.
Even then, man, it can start out consensual and it can very quickly turn into something other than that. Right. That's how you end up.
Are you speaking from experience again, Sam?
I'm not going to answer that question. No, I'm just saying, look, in the bedroom is a place where people tend to lose control, right? Safe word or not, there's always that possibility that someone loses control. You choke just a little too hard or a little too long. And the next thing you know, somebody either needs a hospital or a coffin.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that the prevalence of that in smut has definitely contributed to an increase in that sort of behavior because young people see that shit and they think it's normal. They think that's a normal thing to do to somebody.
Well, also,
sorry.
Also, when it comes to like porn and pornography today, I actually saw something in the UK Times. This lady's like, I want to make pornography for women, which is more sensual, more like erotica. This is so weird that I'm talking about this, but more like erotica back in the day. But because a lot of the way that things are produced nowadays in that industry are extremely violent and graphic and aggressive.
Yeah.
It's again taking away from the actual, act of, two people coming together, and we can get into it later, but I think that that's an interesting concept, that I'm trying to make something that's a little bit, again, more romantic, not this like I'm just going in there and now we're adding these weird concepts of having different animalistic things. It's just showing us how the society has really changed, and for a lot of young men and women at this point, it's becoming a norm, and it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Jack, I'll tell you a story sometime offline. Don't worry, nobody ended up in the hospital. I'm just saying, I'll talk to you about it later.
No,
he didn't say they didn't end up in a coffin, though.
Oh, hey, and welcome to the stage. We've got a white nipple masquerading as a zillage.
I heard that.
Hey, Zillage.
What's up, peeps? What's up, my ninjas?
What's up, my shub Zillager?
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
So, you have thoughts on the topic at hand?
I kind of feel like that this is a bit of a cop out from people who just kind of gets into the furry kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. What do you guys think?
I think it's an extension of that, possibly. Sure.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Oh no, it's ridiculous, man. Like I said,
well, they just don't have the ovaries to come out and say, "Look, I'm a fucking furry. I like this shit." You know, if I could, in a socially acceptable environment, dress up like some other animal and then go and fuck another one. But no, they're just like, oh, it's just a romance novel featuring bestiality.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I don't know, man.
So, it's okay, people. Just be true to yourselves.
Yeah, well, not fucking outside of your species.
Yes.
Generations.
Yeah. Yeah, stick to people in costumes, please.
Somehow that's a little bit more acceptable, in my opinion.
You know what I've never understood? This is a little bit off topic, but I mean, this is how we do here. I have never understood the whole furry thing. And here, obviously there are all kinds of reasons why I might not understand that, but the one that stands out in my mind is purely logistical. Right? Purely situational. If you and another person are both wearing these very expensive, very heavy, very thick fur costumes and engaging in sexual activity, how has no one died of dehydration?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be warm in those costumes.
Like, the whole thing seems really impractical and unsafe. That's all I'm saying.
There was an unreal amount of them at the Renaissance Festival I went to recently. And it was hot. It was really, really hot.
Right. Like I can't, part of the reason that I use the avatar, because I actually do have a Cthulhu face mask, but it's fucking knit out of yarn, right? It's very warm. I'm not sitting through a 2-hour stream with that thing on my head. So I don't understand somebody who could go to a convention filled with people in their body heat, just completely covered in something that's just going to trap that heat.
Same thing. I've got, like, my avatar is a literal photograph of my Green Ranger helmet. I can wear it, but it gets fucking warm in there.
Right.
Yeah. Fuck that. I'll just use an avatar. Fine.
Right. And your breath fogs up the fucking lenses and all that. And it's just, and you can't read the chat because you can't see a goddamn thing. I mean, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So the idea of an entire suit, and not only wearing that suit out in public where I'm going to get, considerably warmer than I would be without it, but also taking that same energy and that same suit and applying it to bedroom shenanigans. It just seems like I'm going to end up needing like a saline infusion or something after that.
Yeah. You need like a tank of water in the room.
Okay, so
both to cool yourself down and to drink.
Do you think that's a perversion, or do you think it's just a kink? Because a kink is one thing, but when somebody's actually like perverted in that way, because that's my understanding. I don't see how an animal is an animal. Sorry, I wasn't on the pub. But I did go back and listen. You spent a bunch of on the pub and Billsy Hub's channel, Devil, with Sam and Abe. You talked about the whole story with Hassan and how he treated his dog and everything. And Pavel Dukin was extremely passionate about that. That was a good show, by the way. Everybody go and check it out. But I when it comes to animals, these are creatures we live among, but we don't. We're not Catherine the fucking Great,
I get that reference.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit of both, honestly.
Look, she just loved her horse. That's all. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Ardent Party actually has an interesting point. I think that some things start out as kinks, but can very easily become perversions. But I don't know. I don't.
It's kind of like the gateway argument again, though, isn't it?
Well, the gateway argument keeps coming up because it's got it. In some cases, not all, but in some cases, it holds water.
Sometimes, yeah.
But I think that there is a line there, though, and sometimes people do cross it. It's the same with the choking thing. Like I can start out as a kink, but then somebody gets a little too into hurting people, and it becomes a perversion, right?
Yeah. Before you know it, you're Dexter Morgan.
I mean, or you're you've got like 8 bodies out behind the shed, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
fast forward 2 years, and you're wearing their faces,
right? So I don't know. I tend to think of everything as by degrees in terms here, right? Like,
yeah,
I don't want to go down this track of thought because I'm going to end up talking a little bit too much about my own personal shit. It's just I do think that there are some things that maybe just don't belong in the bedroom or even related to it, and we live. And I'm going to do the meme here. We live in a society where the line between what is and isn't okay isn't just being crossed; it's being erased.
Yeah.
Exactly. Until we can no longer tell.
And that's a really good point because I always, when I was growing up, like rebelling, like as a just whatever grunge or punk, and then it's like, where do you actually cross the line? Where do you cross the line from just rebelling against, being a teenager and being angsty to then maybe going out there and committing a crime or doing something else to somebody and just, well, I'm angsty. That's me. That's my identity. I just want to do what I want to do. And the same thing with this. Where do you cross the line where there is no line to cross anymore? You can do whatever you want to do in life without having anybody tell you that, okay, I want to be in a relationship with you, but, today, sorry, babes, I feel like I want to be a lesbian 5 days of the week, but these 2 days I'm going to be, heterosexual. And now I'm going to be going back, like,
yeah,
you need to have some sort of structure, even in understanding how society works. Otherwise, it's anarchy, right? You can do whatever you want to do. There's no and this is playing into that because I see more and more people who are on the younger side really getting into this sort of stuff. And it's
there doesn't seem to be a limit anymore.
Well, where are they supposed to see a limit, man? That's the thing. The younger people, they've never lived in a world before internet porn. Right? They've never lived in a world where things that are in their face every day now weren't. Right? Some of us are old enough to remember a time before all of this became like out there and in the mainstream and shit like that. We've seen where we were to where we are and how we got here. These kids, this is the world that they grow up in. These young people, and so they don't have any frame of reference for why some of this stuff isn't right. Some of it's not normal, and some of it shouldn't be happening, right? Because, like I said, that line's getting erased.
And I feel like with every attempt, it just gets like even more extreme. It's like they're just trying to one up the next thing, Like, what are they going to do after, this kink, becomes a dull thing?
Yeah. Real quick, before I welcome in Caucasian Sasquatch, also, everybody, R2 the Icky is in the chat. Haven't seen you in a minute, man. I hope you're doing well.
I know. I haven't seen him in forever.
Yeah. So, yeah, good to see you, brother. Sasquatch.
Yes, sir, bro. It's parade day. I ran out of gas and fell asleep.
All right, fair enough. Have you followed any of what we're on?
Dude, like, I just woke up and was like, shit, I didn't mean to go to sleep. But I'm here.
Oh, I'm guilty of that too, Sasquatch. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
All right.
So
better late than never, buddy.
Right. What we're doing today for to kind of catch you up a little bit is we're going over Shoe on Head's female Gooner video from a couple of days ago.
I heard something about it. I don't really remember what it was I heard. Somebody said it was like unusual somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Sasquatch, are you familiar with milking minotaurs?
Never done it myself. Or heard of it.
For reference, if there are no female minotaurs, they don't exist.
I'm aware, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
That's some literally bullshit.
I might be going back to sleep
right there.
Indeed. All right. I know there are veterinarians that go and do this for like breeding purposes and all that. Like, but it's not a thing that they're like into. One would hope. It's a job they're doing with gloves and shit.
That's always a concern, though, isn't it?
It is. These days,
it's like, why did you get into doing this?
Right. I just wanted to see how much spunk I could make him get. You know,
yeah.
like,
Can I see your book collection before you touch my animals?
Right. Anywho, it's on with the thing.
Should we carry on?
Calling the kettle.
Sorry,
degenerate.
R2 did say something important in chat.
Oh yeah. A year ago I was dying. Well, you didn't die. I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
You know.
Good.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I have not been paying a whole lot of attention to posts and stuff that, on Twitter for a while, outside of what I need for the show. So I didn't realize that. I'm sorry to hear that, man, but I'm also very happy that you didn't and that you're here.
Hell yeah.
So, and also thanks for coming by, man. It's been a minute. Glad to see you.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, dude.
Yeah, R2's good people. He also does these like insanely hilarious cap cut things that I at least he used to anyway, but they're really funny.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it is. But have you considered it takes one to truly know one? You see, women are strange, fascinating creatures. For centuries, men have tried to figure us out. Our mood is affected by the tides and the moon. We bleed for 5 days and don't die. By painting my face, I can instantly shapeshift from a 4 to a 6. We are truly mysterious, magical creatures. But one of the most mysterious aspects of women to men is our sexuality. You see, us women are not like those disgusting moids. No, we are sophisticated. We are evolved. We don't watch videos of strangers slapping their sweaty bodies together. No, we read about strangers slapping their sweaty bodies together. It's different, okay? You don't understand. It's okay when we do it. So, let's
right
talk
there.
about it. Let's talk about
that right there. So,
yeah.
And she gets into this too, but there are forums where they talk about this sort of thing, and every once in a while a dude will walk in and he'll be like, "Yeah, this is messed up," and they'll be like, "Well, you watch porn," and it's like, first of all, you don't know him, you don't know that, and secondly, even if he does, he wouldn't admit to it because he knows that's messed up. But yeah, the whole. It's fine when we do it mentality. It's not porn because it's in written form as opposed to visual.
Yeah.
Right. Which is nonsense. Anybody who grew up in the fucking 80s remembers Penthouse Letters, right?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Unfortunately, I don't know what that is.
Yeah. It's basically
Goddamn
this,
kids.
but without any of the pretense. They don't talk about like fucking doing mythical creatures, and they don't pretend there's any element of love or romance to it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Really what it was people would write into Penthouse detailing their sexual exploits in letter format.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Somewhere between gloating and fiction, I think. A lot of the time.
they got so many of these letters that Penthouse actually started publishing them under like Penthouse Forums, which was a separate magazine entirely.
Yeah.
Oh my god, when we actually had forums back in the day. Different.
I mean, back in my day,
when we
I
had
tell you.
magazines back in the day.
I was going to say magazines were more the thing.
I don't think Shadoo's ever even seen a magazine.
Oh, they were on top shelf. Oh, and if you couldn't reach, you couldn't buy them.
Right?
Yep.
So, you know what that reminds me? I really ought to get him his subscription to Tiger Beat or some shit. I don't know if they're still around. You know what I'm saying?
Teen Vogue. Hit that motherfucker with Teen Vogue.
No, you should buy him this book and just send it to him.
Oh, you know, and he's such a voracious reader. He probably would read it just so he could scream about it.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, he would.
So,
but he'd do the puzzles.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. You get some of that waiting room action going on there. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We come from a different time. Anyhow, let's go.
About the rapidly growing popularity of dark romance on TikTok and the recent dark romance convention that ended in disaster. Let's take a break from all this depressing political news and talk about something silly. Not that those political things aren't important, trust me, they are. You should be keeping up with politics and the news when you can. I know it can be difficult to do, but fear not. I have an app for that. So before we get into this video, let's quickly give a shout out to our sponsor, Ground News. From all with a quick word you're getting which shows you by the other. Uber and Lyft. Right is covered. What do you headline? For example, at reveal continues going on like when I wait for it. And it's plan with
anyway.
/shoe.
Go check out
Thank
Ground
you to Ground
News,
News.
all the stuff.
Right. So let's get back to the video.
There we go.
Book Talk is a very interesting place, and any book fans out there know how it has absolutely destroyed the hobby of literature and just flooded it with absolute slop. Spicy slop. You see, books on TikTok are not rated by how well they are written or how good the characters are. No, they are rated by the spice. And what does spice mean? Porn. It means porn. Spice level is very important to book talkers. How much spice does a book have? What are the spiciest books they have ever read? How spicy is the book they're currently reading? Spice, spice, spice. The spiciest book going viral on Book Talk lately is none other than Morning Glory Milking Farm by C.M. Nascosta. Violet is a typical down-on-her-luck millennial, mid-20s, overeducated, and drowning in debt. Oh my god! She's just like me, on the verge of moving into her parents' basement, when a lifeline appears in the form of a very unconventional job in the neighboring camera.
Wait, is she getting paid well for this? Because I'm kind of drowning in debt. I don't have a whole lot of morals.
I mean, I don't know. She's getting paid something, you know. She's getting paid a lot of something.
I mean, I'll listen.
Yeah, this is just the synopsis, man. Apparently, it's a whole fucking novel.
Nonsense.
So, hey, LeBeau, good to see you, man. It's been a minute. Yeah, it's just it's a whole thing. I don't know why people would read this or what the. Maybe it's just because it's not for me, right? I don't get attraction to animals, mythical or otherwise. I don't understand that.
I got a theory on that. So,
okay,
I have grandchildren, and today was parade day. And so all of my children and their children and their friends and their children all came to the house today. And it was kind of cool out. And so after watching the parade, instead of going and walking up and doing all the stuff at the festival and everything, they decided to come in and watch some TV before they went. I come through and they are watching it's not the right word. It's not a personification of a cat, but basically these are walking, talking, Puss in Boots type kittens and puppies. And
anthropomorphized cats.
Thank you, anthropomorphized. That is the word I was looking for, but I'm Southern.
More Dr. Seuss or more Nick Fuentes?
Visually, Dr. Seuss, but the things they were doing was sort of a Fuentes kind of. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They were trying to deliver a picture to someone, and I don't even really want to get into it because it was just sketch from the very start. I didn't catch. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What matters is my children were all sitting around. Their children and their children's friends were all running around. They're all 3, 4, little kids. And they were all running around being puppies and kitties. All but one, who was just sitting cross-legged eating licorice sticks. But whatever, Twizzlers. They were all doing the thing that was happening in the show, and it reminded me of this situation where I think it was in New York. There was a single student in a class who was doing the theory and cat thing, right? She wanted to be referred to as a cat and kitty and cat self and all of that crap. And the other students in the class picked on her for it, and the teacher flipped out, wrote up everyone except for the weird kid in the class and tried to have them suspended. The principal comes along and is like, you can't do that. And this chick, this freaking teacher tried to write up a complaint on the principal, right? Because he's not, abiding by identity rules or whatever. And I'm like, no, the first time that kid poops in a litter box, she's expelled.
Right?
That's my professional opinion.
That's wild to think about.
That's kind of the thing. And if you take this to the logical conclusion, I do actually believe I made this point once, like a year or so ago, about people identifying as things other than themselves. Because there was that, what was she, like a Twitch moderator or whatever, went around saying she was a deer?
Yeah, no, she was not. She wasn't just a moderator. She was like an administrative.
Yeah. She was up in the company itself, not just. She was like banning people with no one to report to above her. Right. So my question is if you identify as a deer, then can I identify as a guy with a hunting license? At what point does this become too far?
Yeah, right.
Whitest kid skit. I don't want to get into it.
Yeah. So
you see that the problem is that we are not allowed to be able to even go and say, like, we're not okay with this. Because immediately, what is it that you said, Abe? That word?
Anthropomorphized.
No, the other one.
Fetishization. Yeah.
Like, you get labeled.
Fetishizing.
You can't actually say anything to anybody who thinks that way, because we need to accept it. Why do I need to accept it? I don't want to accept it. I think it's weird. I think it's perverted. And a kink is a kink. This is perversion. This is not okay.
Yeah. I mean, you get to, some things just need to stay behind closed doors. They just do, right? Like this cat thing. Like, you don't want somebody just walking down the produce aisle and decides all of a sudden that they got to itch. They got to squat down, lift one leg up and lick their crotch.
Oh man.
Actually, I kind of would like to see that, but only because of the physics of the situation.
Right. Yeah, but maybe not in a public fucking place where there's food and children.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think they'd be capable.
Unless they're a good tortoise.
Yeah. Hey, Larry, good to see you, man.
How you doing, bud?
Larry.
So yeah, it's I don't know. The question is always, how much do we permit, and where is the line where we stop permitting it?
Did you see one of my earlier posts about a girl who was pretty much affirming her height, saying she was like 7 foot tall, and this guy that was like shorter than her was he said, "I'm 5'7", so you're 7 foot?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm 7 foot." Like, we're affirming height now.
I'm 6'7".
I mean, Shit, man. That's an extension. You remember a couple years ago when guys were having their fucking shins surgically extended?
Yes, I mentioned that.
Yeah,
to
it's
you.
still going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just an extension of that. But like just saying you're a thing doesn't make you the thing, you know?
That's the issue I have with it. And you run across this all over the place on YouTube in little bitty drips and drops. You don't rarely do you find anyone who actually insists that, oh, I'm a cat, I'm a dog, I'm a deer, and you have to call me that because that's what I am. Usually they're saying they're intelligent or they're smart or they know what they're talking about, and I still don't have to participate in that delusion.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly the way you're right. It is a delusion, and it is something that, again, going back to what we were saying, animals are animal. I mean, we are animals too, but we're still humans. That's why we evolved and developed societies and communities. But anybody who has any kind of this like fixation on identifying as an animal, as in like a pet, a dog, cat, lizard, I don't fucking care what you want to be. It's just not okay. Something about that is inherently not right. And to go out there and make these books and things, how is that popularized? Why are we even hearing about this? Also in chat, somebody said that shit should have stayed behind closed doors. We should never hear about it. You're into that kind of stuff, as long as you don't hurt anybody, please go and entertain yourself in your mind.
Yeah.
But
and that's the key. As long as you're not hurting anybody. As long as you're not hurting anybody.
No, I disagree. You are harming yourself and the rest of society by insisting others try to participate in your delusion. You're harming yourself. You can't go get a job in most places if you walk in wearing a fucking dragon mask.
Yeah, dude, hold on. When we're talking about like, as long as you're not harming anybody, we're talking about as long as you're not harming anybody behind your closed doors.
Okay. All right.
Right. You don't obviously bringing that shit out into public is not always necessarily a good thing. And in a lot of cases is
rarely ever.
And as far as I'm concerned, while I don't like the idea of people harming themselves, if you're an adult, you have the right to make that fucking choice. You just don't have the right to make it for anyone else.
Exactly.
Yeah. You don't get to impose your idea of reality on other people. It's absurd.
This is why Paul doesn't film his bad dragon exploits and put them out there for everybody. It's a callback to last night's show, by the way.
If he's not filming that, who is this dude I'm watching? I don't understand why I'm watching.
Yeah. That's exclusively for his only Hadoukens.
Right. No, that's here's the thing, Lepo. So I think you're actually correct about this. It's like you don't have the right to stop other people from shaming you. You really don't. Right? If you're doing something shameful or something that is contrary to the norms of the society that you exist in and people shame you for it, I mean, maybe just stop doing it in fucking public. Right?
Yeah. Right.
Because that's the point of shaming, is to correct society.
Mm-hmm.
I'm firmly for the bringing back of public shaming, public shunning. I am firmly for the bringing back of stockades and throwing rotten fruit at people. I think there should be something before you get into the full-blown legal system where you go to jail and prison and stuff like that, where there is a effect on a person's psyche. Right. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about just locking them up and sending them through the process, because all that is money and time. Right. It's nothing else. It's just money and time. No one cares. Everyone's been to jail. Everyone's been in court. Everyone's had charges put against them because we're in a fucking police state. For that reason, there is no shame associated with that anymore. It has zero effect on the social and dynamic involved in it. But if you put somebody in a set of freaking stockades out on the front steps for 4 hours,
it'll change things.
Suddenly people won't do things like that because it doesn't even go down on the record. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. I do. Go ahead.
I was just going to say I strongly second that. I'm all for it.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily
totally.
against it as long as, I mean, as long as we're not using that shit frivolously, right? As long as, because that's the problem, right? That's part of what you're talking about is like everybody and their dog gets brought up on charges and nobody gives a shit anymore because it happens over small things constantly, right? It's just not that big a deal anymore. So as long as we're not overusing the stocks, I mean, we got it. If we're going to use it, we need to make sure that it's something that people will take notice of. But if it becomes a commonplace everyday thing, it's not going to hold the same weight that it once did.
I have an example, and this is something someone brought to me, and I'm not sure this is true in all states. It could be different in other states. But him and a friend of his went out drinking one night. He decided to drive home. His friend decided to take a cab. They both ended up in jail. He plowed through a stop sign and plowed into a parked car, totaled 2 vehicles, did around $120,000 worth of damage, and ended up in jail for drunk driving, right? It was his first offense. It went down as a misdemeanor. And because of the way drunk driving laws work, he was able to do like some kind of schooling and be on like a limited permit for a while. He spent only that night in jail.
Wow.
His friend, walking down to the bus stop, stepped into an alley and took a piss and got picked up by a cop for public exposure. And they, at least the last I heard, they were trying to put him on a like child sex crime list in that state. And I don't think these two things are the same. It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
No, they're not the same. That's actually been a persistent kind of problem with sex offender registries, is that they are very, very broadly termed. And so, yeah, guys who are stumbling home from the bar in an alley where no one's around and they have to pee and they don't think twice about it. They go up against a brick wall. And next thing you know, a cop shows up because they have their dick out. Not only are they brought up on charges for indecent exposure, but now they're slapped on a sex offender registry for the rest of their life.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Whereas the guy who plowed through a parked Jaguar and walked away without a scratch is brought up on a single DUI charge because there was nobody else involved in it and everything was parked and stationary and he was insured and had license and all of that stuff. It ends up getting dropped down to a misdemeanor. Homeboy spent like $5,000, walked away. The other guy's like currently still involved in cases up to like $12,000 trying to get lawyers and keep him off the registry and all that stuff. And it's the same level of misdemeanor.
That ticks me off.
The point of bringing this up is one person made a very judicious decision. He decided he would rather walk to a bus stop and take a bus home than drive his car drunk. The other guy decided to drive drunk. What's the message we're sending to people here? There isn't a message.
Yeah.
It's do whatever you want to do and pay for it when you get caught. That is it. That's the message.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that's kind of how rules in an order-based society works. You don't get caught. You don't do time.
I mean, that's essentially how the rich operate, you know.
But yeah, punishable by fine.
And even if they get caught, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, anywho, that it's just pretty fucking far away from milking minotaurs, I think. But
pretty sure that's a crime too.
Well,
somewhere.
Is it a crime if they're half man, half bull? Right. If it's just a cow, I'm with you 100% on that. I'm fuzzy on the rules here. If they're half and half.
I'm sorry. This is on topic though. I went to school with a chick who went to school to become a vet, and she is like Pom Pom Squad Tampa 7 hot. When she came back from college, I ran into her in a bar and she was sitting in there about half liquored up, and I walked in and sat down. I was like, "Hey girl, I ain't seen you in a while. What have you been doing? Jerking off bulls?"
What?
She's like, "No joke. I did 14 today." And I gave her my number. I didn't say a word. I just wrote my number down. And slid
I was like, hey, well, if you need number 15,
Right?
To explain that to the people who don't know, she went to college to breed bovines for herd selection, and so jerking off bulls is one of the things she does.
Yeah.
Well, when you put it like that,
Right, but that's more about animal husbandry than it is animal sexuality.
Yeah, wait until she tells you how she does it and shows you the glove. I'm just saying it was slightly arousing, and I don't know why. She's
Speaking of waving your freak flag in public there, Sasquatch.
Animal wifery, shamed. Animal husbandry, totally fine.
Facts,
Because
dude.
it's for science. Because it's for science. Right? Science. I mean, if we're being honest, I think that the science has become a bit of a fetish too. But let's
Yeah. Should we carry on?
Yes, we shall.
Brick Creek. She has no choice but to grab it with both hands. Morning Glory Farm offers full-time hours, full benefits, and generous pay with no experience needed. There's only one catch. The clientele is grade A certified prime beef. Oh, God. With the manly, meaty endowments to... Okay.
Morning Glory Milking Farm is actually a profound critique of late-stage capitalism and toxic masculinity. In this text, we see that the tingling sensation in her coochie is actually the tingling sensation of...
What she's about to say, like, let her finish the sentence because this is important, and this is totally asinine.
The Marxist revolution.
There you go. The tingling
This is
sensation
every
in
fucking
her
BreadTube
coochie
video to me.
is the tingling sensation of the Marxist revolution. Where the fuck do you come up with that?
I have an issue with Asian people telling me about late stage capitalism. It automatically makes me go, oh, propaganda. This is nice. Let me get some popcorn. You give me a South American person saying it, and I might listen a little bit, but not much. You give me a Cuban saying it, and I'll pay attention to that shit because they know.
Yeah. Poor Zillage.
Yeah, but
it's killing me, man.
What gets me is it somehow like Animal Farm, right? Animal Farm, I get, right? That is totally an allegory for certain systems of government, and you could read all kinds of political undertones in that because it was deliberate, right?
Yep.
How do you get commie Marxist revolution because she got wet while she was stroking a bull, man?
Because she gets wet thinking about the destruction of American values and the destruction of late stage capitalism, which I'm not even sure is really a thing.
I guarantee you all she was thinking about was the facial she was about to receive.
Dun, dun, dun.
Drowning in that shit.
Yeah.
Did she meet my ex-girlfriend? Never mind.
Anyway.
Back to it.
Dude, this is every Jack Saint video. So I actually read the book myself, and I'm not gonna lie. The 19th Amendment needs to be abolished. So, like I said, the story is basically this millennial named Violet, and she gets a job basically working at Big Pharma in Narnia, where they harvest Minotaur milk to make Viagra for human males. And I read the whole thing. Probably going to be put on some kind of watch list. But listen, this is my job, okay? I'm not out here, like, selling feet pics or something. What I do is far more dignified and normal. Now, let's take a look at some of these notes I wrote. Let's see. Big dick and balls. At one point, she says the term, and I quote.
Uh-oh.
I love her videos.
I'm scared.
The seam of his sack. So I'm reading this, and the whole time I'm thinking, like, okay, he probably has, like, a human head, right? He probably, like, looks something like this, like, just a dude with, like, horns. Then I see the official artwork. That's a cow. Bro is a cow. Bro is a straight up cow. In a few parts, they're being intimate, and it will be like, his hooves clip-clopped. My hooves will tear up your sheets. And it's like, I'm sorry, his what? At one point, she describes kissing him. And I swear to God, it was more disgusting than anything else described in this book. She's like describing how big and wide his mouth is, and how
I'm going to share a screen here because what she's talking about is and I'm not going to play this because it doesn't move around too much anyway, and also because I can't guarantee that it won't fuck up. But I'm going to bring this up real quick, and then we'll get back to Shu's video. What she's talking about is this. This is the fantasy.
Oh my God. Have these
Look at that
people
beefy fucker.
actually been around a bull?
I'm pretty sure that this chick I went to school with is responsible for that.
This is the Belgian cow, by the way. They're like double muscled or whatever, but that's what they're
super muscular,
of, right?
Yeah,
they're thinking of that mouth, that face, right? As far as I know, in the book, he even has one of those fucking rings to get led around by.
Yeah.
I wonder if the cow identifies with his trauma as much as the chicks with nose rings do.
Yeah. For those asking, that is a Belgian blue. Is what that's called.
Belgian blue. Thanks. I'll send it to her. Dude, maybe waking me up is not the right thing, especially for situations like this.
Yes, I don't know. Some might argue, some might say that this is the perfect situation for a barely awake Sasquatch. Anywho, but yeah, that's what she's talking about. This is where it gets into like cow fetish. It's not about like a mythical creature. She's describing fucking a bull.
Yes. And this isn't the horse girls thing that you ran into in like middle school and stuff. This is totally different.
Yeah. Zillage, my mom's not gonna watch this episode. She doesn't watch them straight out. She waits till I tell her if they're okay or not anymore.
Holy shit.
I bet so.
Nice.
This is also a perfect time for Lucasio to come in.
Yeah, she's been very busy lately, and she's probably glad of that. Let's hit the thing.
Shall we resume?
Yeah.
big and like slimy his tongue is. She's like describing the shit, and you're just like, that's a cow. I mean, we are at a solid 5.5 on the Barbeau scale here. This is dangerous territory, folks. She also f***ers his ass. She f***ers the cow's ass. By the way, if you want an uncensored version of this video and all my videos, Patreon. Go to Patreon, become a member. All members get the uncensored version of every video, so you can hear me talking about f***ing and f***ing a cow's asshole. Is that what you freaks want? Anyway, I like how in this fantasy world, student loans...
Maybe a little bit.
Wait,
somebody out there does. Somebody out there.
Look, while you're paused,
I'm disturbed, man.
Well, first of all, greetings to everybody on the panel.
Hi,
but I want to point out a couple of things. I haven't watched
Larry?
Head in years. Just with I'm always constantly, giving, signing up for people, and just her stuff has gotten lost in my feed. But I want to point out two things. Number one, I noticed that she said that she doesn't sell feet pics or anything like that. And I remember years ago she was doing that. Second,
that's why the joke was funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Second, I would also like to point out in certain intimate circles, the term bull represents well-endowed black men. So I suspect that book is really actually about.
It's not specific to black men.
Well, I'm saying that it's not being outright said, but that term is specifically meant only for them.
But it's not. Sorry, Larry. There are
No, it definitely is because I know people who participate.
You can
in
know
that.
people and still be
some of
wrong.
them are the actual bulls, and it is definitely a term that is normally.
And there are white bulls as well. We'll talk about why that later.
Yeah, white people have balls too. I'm sure, but I
Oh.
Hey, I have no horse in this.
Good to see you, Larry. And I agree with you. I think that is kind of like the stereotype when you say like, oh, it's a thing that's done, and certain people who go out there and are cuckolds and it's like, oh, let's get a black bull in this bitch so we can go, and you're right. Sorry, I don't know why I'm talking like that.
No, it's no problem. But no, I just wanted to hop on.
As an observation, the way you utilize language in that phrasing implies that you yourself have never been that black bull.
Well, I've never put myself in a situation to be that black bull. So.
Let the laughter die down. Then try.
I plead the fifth.
Out of that.
Yeah.
Let
the tears dry first, Larry.
I'm not worried about you, man.
I could never be a bull myself because I could never allow the dude to watch me bang his wife.
Well, you're an octopus, so
we do things.
Yeah,
in the dark.
you could do them both at once.
Okay, I mean,
you could do them and the guy, the cuckold.
Yeah. Probably the guy in the next house too. It's anyway.
Yeah, probably.
That might be
going off the rails.
Zillage, this is dirty. I
What?
have no horse in this discussion.
Right, it's just bulls.
See,
I plead the fifth.
Yeah. You know what? The only thing we're missing right now is Devil. He's got this whole thing about like, the cowgirl fetish, like girls in, cow costumes being all sexy and whatnot. He hates that.
Whoa, hold on. Cow costumes?
Yes, no, that's not a cowgirl thing. That's called milk house fetish.
It depends on where you live, sir.
Well, cowgirls are a different thing there, sir. Cowgirls
for both that and 4-H club members out here.
Jingle, jangle, jingle.
Cowgirls are like Daisy Duke types, aren't they?
Sometimes.
Whereas a milk house fetish are well-endowed women dressed up as cow. Bitch, I'm a cow. Bitch, that chick.
It's a whole section of fucking Rule 34 where women are it's basically female minotaurs, which are not a thing in mythology.
Right. Right.
In fact, if you want to get like specific, mythology only has one minotaur, and he's the half-retarded, half-human son of Zeus.
Yeah.
He's decided to get his freak on with a princess by turning into a bull first.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. And reverse cowgirl is yet another thing. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Art.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's where she makes you wear the cow suit.
I wish it
Why
was.
is he with the cow suits?
No,
I'm just bringing this up because
fuck?
Devil hates that shit, and he should be here for this because by the end of the video, she was wearing one.
It was so much worse, dude. You got to understand, it's not just an outfit. There might not be any sex at all involved in the video. It's just a bunch of chicks in a line being milked and walking around like freaking yard animals. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I've seen some of that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
It just sounds like more furry stuff to me.
The disturbing part about it, though, is I've never been able to determine who the fetish was for. Was it for the guys or the girls?
Yes, is the correct answer.
Yeah,
right, exactly. Right. That's what I came down with my.
Yeah. Anywho.
All right, let's carry on.
Still exist. Like, we can imagine a world with minotaurs and humans in a relationship, but we can't imagine a world without student loans. Sad. Oh, and he has one of those bull rings, like the nose ring theory septum rings. And in this world, that means,
course he
like,
does.
you're married, but apparently he's divorced. The man is divorced. This is a divorced cow with a cow ex-wife. The lore is
What?
Yeah.
A
That's the
divorced
wedding ring
cow
in his
man.
nose.
He's still wearing his nose ring though.
Right. So he
Quite let her go
Yeah.
yet.
This is so absurd.
He still loves her.
Are you sure that the cow just wasn't slaughtered and that he's not a widow?
Yeah.
It's so much worse.
That's actually.
I mean, if he ate her, he might have mad cow disease.
Dun, dun, dun.
Mad cow disease.
That's only if you don't finish.
Yeah. Jack's nailed it there. On another note, every pause frame of Shu so far could have been a pause frame from a porn.
I mean, look, Shu has one of the most expressive faces on YouTube. It's not my fault that you could pause at pretty much any point and just it's fucking screenshot gold.
That's
true.
Yeah, that's true. She's the only YouTuber I know that you can pause the screen and she looks both shocked and amazed at the same time.
Right?
Yeah.
She always looks like, pleased with herself and very, very disappointed simultaneously.
Or like
Yeah.
she can't
smug.
believe that people are actually watching her.
She always looked so smug to me. I kind of tuned out. I don't remember exactly what it was that caused me to tune out on Shoe on Head. But it was when she started taking herself seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still find her videos pretty hilarious, man. And for me, I stepped away for a while because she was going like all in on Bernie.
Yeah, same.
But beyond that, I don't agree with her on a lot of like, political or policy issues. I just think that she makes hilarious fucking YouTube videos. she's obviously there's no way to say
she's
this
so
without coming
irregular
off like
with
an
her
asshole,
upload
but
schedule.
for a woman and a leftist, she's pretty intelligent.
No, you're right. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
She tends
Leftist
to look
and
at
down.
things
To be called the intelligent leftist.
There's
No,
not a
I
lot
just-
of those in that side.
I like her because she does a little bit more digging than your average person on the left and tries to figure out what's actually going on as opposed to.
Yeah, Le Pot de Fleur has got it there. Leftists consider far right now.
Well, then
Yeah.
she has to change her nickname, man. You can't be calling her Commie Mommy anymore. So it also helps that she married a conservative.
That is
Yeah.
how it tends to go if you pay attention to
And she's a
especially
mother now.
content creators.
Yeah.
Those are the relationships that make the best kind of fun in the bedroom.
Right?
Well, I mean, I married a Democrat. This chick is a blue dog Democrat, refuses to listen to anything right of Mao, man. Like, just not even joking. My wife is just shy of being a communist. She doesn't think anyone should have to work unless they want to, that everybody should get a universal basic income, free health care. But then again, on the other side, she wants the prisons to be empty and everybody to be out in the streets. I'm like, that's insane.
I mean, on a fundamental level, I don't disagree with any of those things. It's just how do you achieve them?
Well, it's not so
I'd
much,
rather.
how do you
I would
achieve
hope
them
without people dying
peacefully? Peacefully.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Like, I would like the prisons to be empty because no one felt the need to commit crime, or no one had the impulsion to do so. But in reality, that's just not how the world is.
Yeah.
It's not how people are.
But I think in Shu's case, she's like, it wasn't just the fact that she married a conservative. In fact, I think that probably had less to do with it than the fact that she married a good man who wanted to take care of her and build a family with her, and now she's building that family.
Yeah.
Once you have a family and you see what's going on in the world that is specifically designed to destroy that family, you start having to resist that stuff because it's antithetical to what you're doing.
Yes. By definition.
Yeah.
Right. Let's carry on.
folks. The funniest part, though, has to be when they go on a date. I need to just read this to you. When the bill arrived, she attempted to pull a handful of carefully folded bills from her wristlet before he stopped her. No, that's absolutely not happening. Put that away. She'd not thought about it until the day after their first dinner together, realizing that in mortification that she ought to have attempted to pay her half. What kind of feminist are you? She asked herself. She couldn't remember the last time she'd been out and hadn't paid for her half, including her coffee date with Carson.
Just putting that in, it just takes away the immersion.
It takes away the what? The magic of jerking off minotaurs for money. Like somehow it makes that worse.
Maybe.
Well, no, it's the premise behind feminism in the first place is the general idea of equality morphed into domination of every sphere they enter. Right? They crawl bully their way through every.
Yeah, because they well, look. Here's the thing: is like they can't obviously say it out loud, or the pink mafia will bury them alive, right?
Yeah.
But this has been my experience, my personal experience with women who have espoused leftist, feminist, socialist nonsense, right?
Yeah.
Every single one of them is looking for someone to be the dominant one, the in control one, the husband, the protector, the provider. Every single one of them wants that life. Right. So it's no surprise to me that the character who's written into this book, right, starts questioning like, oh, how feminist am I if I'm letting this masculine thing take care of me, as opposed to paying my fair share, right? That's I mean, I kind of see that as sort of the obvious place to go.
I disagree. I think if I'm going to be jerking off a minotaur later, he can definitely be paying for my fucking bill.
No, that's what I'm saying. But that's the obvious thing because she lets him pay, right? Because he goes into this whole spiel about I care about you and this is not a down payment on your time. But if you
I have a
to do it.
completely different take on feminism. Completely different. It has nothing to do with I am better than any man. It's literally give me the when it comes to work. If I'm doing the same job as you, I want to be paid the same money as you. If I'm going out there and doing a hard labor job, like, I'm not physically equipped to be able to go out there into the woods and chop 100 fucking trees in 2 hours like lumberjacks do. I can't do it. But I'm not saying I could. I'm saying that if I am equipped to do the same thing as a man, I want to vote. I want to have a voice. I want to be heard.
Yeah. If you can achieve the same outcome as a man, then you should be paid the same. If you can't, then you're probably in the wrong place.
If the complaint of women being paid less for the same work is legitimate, why are there not companies full of people just hiring women for the bottom line?
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's a big problem today because a lot of these people, again, have latched on to this, oh, I'm a feminist. What kind of fucking feminist are you? You don't even support other women. You're just going out there because, yet again, you're having some sort of identity crisis and you want to be this little victim. No, feminism is not about being a victim. Feminism is about stepping out there, doing the best that you can, being there for your man, being there for your family, and doing a good job. That is feminism.
Classic feminism. Modern feminism is not that thing you just said.
Exactly. This is where I have a problem. And I've been around a lot of people who are in the UK, like Julie Bindel, who's a big feminist. Abe, I think you know her. She's been on the BBC a lot of, and she's basically saying the same thing. You're hijacking the agenda. We as feminists, we don't want this shit. I don't care if you're a man, woman, whatever the fuck you identify as. I just want to be able to get the right treatment when I'm doing my best at my work. in a relationship, in society as a whole. That's all I'm asking for. Like the suffragettes didn't go out there because we hate men. Oh, no.
The suffragettes were men.
Yeah, that's a whole different discussion. But that's kind of like my opinion. So when anybody today says feminism, I'm like, yeah, shut up. You don't even know what you're fucking talking about. These younger YouTubers, TikTokers, whoever they are, they don't even know. There are things in life where you have to sometimes deal with people. Yes, there is misogyny. Misogyny is a thing. It's true. It's real life. And you have to deal with it, especially in the journalism community. You think you go in there as a girl and everybody's going to be like, what, treating you like the same? No, you have to fight your way through it. You have to stick to it and be the best that you can be with your actual skills that you bring to the table. These people go in and they're like, they have nothing to bring in, but I'm claiming feminism. Yeah, shut up. Whatever.
Well, here's exactly what a third wave feminism would say to you, Anna.
How dare you?
I know. I have to deal with it on a daily basis.
Yeah,
thank you,
and it's ridiculous.
Well, here's the difference. Here's the main difference in my eyes, right? The difference is between why are there kids screaming in the background?
Larry, bro.
Larry's kids are going mental.
Yeah, we can hear
you. You did hear them. Should not be doing that. I had my mic off the whole time.
Yeah, we've been hearing them for a while, actually.
Yeah, no, you're not using the mic you think you're using. You're using like your desktop mic or your
no, because something
argue with me later. You said your mic was off and we still heard it. Argue with someone else.
Let me finish, Sasquatch. Good grief, man. Like I said, it shouldn't be doing what it's doing because I didn't have it set like that. So it must have reset. I've been having problems with my PC for the last couple of weeks. But these last couple of days have really been something.
Yeah. I guess I'm not as concerned with hearing them as I am with them hearing us.
Right.
Yeah.
They can't hear you. You're only coming in through my headphones.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because we were talking about jerking off bulls here.
No, they can't hear you.
Through that.
Yeah.
So to get back to what I was saying, the difference that I'm seeing, and I'm going to use a fictional example up against a real one, is that somebody like Greta Thunberg, like you just brought up, didn't earn it. Lois Lane did. Right. Again, fictional example, but that's just the first thing that came to mind is of a woman who went into, and she came to mind, honestly, Anna, because you brought up journalism. She went into predominantly what was classically known as a boys' club, and she earned her fucking respect and her prestige.
Yeah.
Right. That I ain't got any issue with. You know, Lois Lane's probably worth more than they're paying her.
Yep.
You know, and she probably earns more than everybody else in her bullpen.
No pun intended.
I mean, she also gets a little bit of extra on the side because old Clark Kent ain't exactly your normal American out there.
Well, yeah, that's true. He's out scamming ATMs at night in his little underoos. But anyway, let's continue.
All right, let's carry on, otherwise we'll never fucking get through this.
1.25 speed or something.
Yeah, we could do that.
Go for it.
Let's go with what about 1.5? Is that a level of comprehension everyone's comfortable with?
I mean, as long as we can understand what she's saying.
Yep.
In Tinsley. She had come prepared that night, several weeks of her tips smoothed and tucked into her wristlet. But I didn't even offer to pay half the other night and shouldn't have. Violet. If the commanding rumble of his voice hadn't silenced her, the heat of his hand dropping to her knee would have. I don't want you to feel.
The commanding, she's just complaining about being feminist, and then the commanding rumble of his voice silenced her.
I do that.
Yeah.
feel like I don't want you to feel that you don't have any agency here. I might be the one giving all the orders, but you hold all the cards. Your comfort is the only thing that counts right now. And if I overstep, I want you to know you can tell me so. But that's not happening. Don't think I'm unaware we're at different points in our careers. You can say no, you can say you don't want to see me again. You can tell me to stop coming to the farm when you're working. It's dinner, not a down payment of your time. But I'm in a position to comfortably spoil someone.
Right there.
Yeah.
You can still tell me not to come to the farm when you're working, meaning that not only is he going to be spoiling her with his money and treating her like his kept woman outside of this place, but he's going to continue to allow her to go to this job where she's jerking off other Minotaur men.
Yeah.
Because I guess that's the fantasy. I don't know.
I don't see the problem. I mean, if it's what she wants to do, and you're not married. Oh wait, no, that's a bull. My bad.
Yeah, yeah. This is the same issue you get with like OnlyFans or like porn stars or prostitutes or whatever. It's like you can't have, like a serious one-on-one relationship with these people because their entire job is fucking other people.
Yeah,
I used to believe that too, but then I had a really good friend of mine marry a hooker who was a hooker because she liked being a hooker. And all that changed was that she lied about being a hooker for a few years and they got a divorce and then got remarried 3 years later. And she no longer lied about being a hooker. And that's what changed. That was it. She would literally doll herself up in some skimpy ass shit, walk out the door going, see you in a few hours.
Yeah. Hey guys, I have to go take care of everyone. Thanks for coming by, Jacob. Appreciate it. Have a good night.
Have a good one, Jake.
Yeah. So
was this the only topic we were going to discuss tonight, Sam?
I mean,
or should we move on?
I think it probably. Well, let's get to the end of what she's talking about here. There are actually two things she discusses. There's another section of the video where she's talking about a guy who went to one of these book talk cons or whatever and basically got molested by every woman there until he passed out from anxiety.
I heard about that.
Yeah, and that really
like
wasn't
OnlyFans.
Right, that really wasn't like the main topic that we were going with. We were just talking about the book here and the culture. I guess it is part of that, but just know that shit happens. I guess I don't know. Some of these, a lot of the bitches who read these things are psychotic.
Yeah. I think that's pretty obvious.
I don't think this helps any of their psychoses either. The people writing them are clearly psychotic, and the people who choose to read them are already poking their nose down that freaking path of psychosis. So I see no benefit to any of this except, you're Jesus.
I love it when she shows the fucking tweets and reviews and shit. Oh, there was one. I think there's one in here actually that she reads out that talks about how not only did I not learn how to milk a bull, but now my family has no milk for the winter. Right there.
There we go.
Yeah, this book failed to teach me how to milk a cow, and now my family has no food for the winter. It's a 1-star review. That's fucking hilarious.
That is hilarious on so many levels because if you milk a Minotaur, you do not get milk, and it doesn't last all winter.
Gotta keep that shit refrigerated.
Even then, hashtag don't ask me how I know.
Right. So yeah, I suppose we probably won't play her entire video because that would be kind of, I don't know. We've only done that a couple of times, and one time it took us almost 5 hours to get through it. So
yeah, that was a long one. Yeah.
Then this video is not quite on the same length as that, but I guess this probably is going to be the main topic. I had a couple of other things we're going to talk about here, but yeah, she this part we might want to watch though. What happens when you order a book like this, and what happens to your Amazon recommendations after that?
What the fuck?
I know what happens to your Amazon recommendations because my 12-year-old daughter realized that my Amazon was attached to my credit card and decided that she could order whatever book she wanted on the Kindle. And so I start getting these really weird hentai type titles. And I went and asked her about it. She played dumb. She didn't know nothing about it, yada, yada, yada. And then I found out that she had, 12 years old, she had figured out how to create a secret file on my Kindle so that you can only access it from inside of like a different program. It was very cleverly done. And I found it, and she had spent, get this, she had spent $1,800.
What?
Yeah, she would say, "Look, my kid's not an idiot." She had spent it $9 at a time, one like every couple of weeks, and then every now and then she would get like the $20 master copy, which is like 25 episodes or whatever in a row. So now on my Kindle in there right now, I have like $1,800 worth of really weird, off-putting hentai that's really hard to explain.
Fucking hell. Jesus.
It took years. It took me a year to figure out what was going on. It went on for like 2 or 3 years. I don't know how long it went on, but it was $1,800, so it was a while. And it wasn't much at any particular time. And it wasn't until like I called it having a leak in my account because I was losing, I don't know, $150, $200 every 2 or 3 months, just vanish at inopportune times that I couldn't figure out why or how or in what way, you know. Of course, check your family members. They're always lying to you. Now, it would have been different if my daughter lived with me and like I'd have had track over the whole time. But the fact is, she came over on weekends and went home, and she had access to that Kindle through her cell phone at home. So
yeah,
it was all out of sight, out of mind, and without knowing something's happening, you can't look for it, right?
Yeah.
Oh well,
that's crazy.
Nothing. This is a new thing I've just learned about.
I've heard about it before. People who breed dogs talk about it. It's a real thing that dogs actually do. This is not something that women need to be jerking it to.
No.
Definitely not.
No, not at all.
It is the reason that they make dog knot toys.
What in the eyes wide shut is?
Oh, that's
I love how Pyramid Head's just in there casually.
Yeah, just that's totally normal. Yeah,
Pyramid Head just hanging out in the corner.
Clue's asking, is there a 12-step program for this? I don't normally go out of my way to say this particular phrase that's about to come out of my mouth, and I probably won't make a habit of it because it's not something I generally believe. But in this case, I would say that the 12-step program is called Get Jesus.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure. Go back to church.
You know, I didn't even care if nothing is true and nothing is real. You need religion, bitches.
You need something. Holy fuck.
You know, oh man. So I'm just saying, maybe there's something a little more wholesome to fill up that hole rather than bullcock.
Can I read this dramatically? It sounds like it would be hilarious.
Hell yes.
Let's hear it.
Sinners was phenomenal, and I loved meeting everyone. However, can we please respect an author's boundaries? I was groped multiple times at the ball. I was dragged away from my friends, and no matter how many times I said no, my words did nothing. As soon as I left, I couldn't stop crying. Please, please respect boundaries and consent.
So,
dude, guys pay for that shit.
I get it. I get what she's complaining about, but I also like, why is Sinners phenomenal? And I loved meeting everybody if she does nothing but fucking cry, if it was a horrible fucking experience, which it clearly was if she wrote that shit. And what she's talking about, this Sinners was the event that the man who showed up in like costume or whatever, he was part of the event or whatever. Anyway, he got hounded by a bunch of women. They kept putting their hands on him to a point where he couldn't tell how many hands were on them or who they fucking belonged to. He ended up passing out because it freaked him out, because it should, because he was being fucking assaulted. And when he left, they put a fucking tracker on his phone and followed him to his hotel room.
And that's okay when they do it.
That's perfectly fine when they do it, which, I mean, I think perhaps most men in this situation might have walked away from that situation and then later went back to another convention. This guy had an issue with it. Maybe he shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Yeah. Well, there's that, but there's also like bitches who need to control themselves. Like it's not okay to do that to anybody.
Yep.
Whether they're a man or a woman, you don't put your fucking hands on somebody without their permission. You certainly don't corner them in a mob and do it.
That reminds me of black woman's hair. You're not permitted to touch a black woman's hair, but if you touch a black woman's hair, you can definitely get her in the sack.
I disagree with that, and the reason why is if you touch a black woman's hair, chances are it's not really hers to begin with. So
no, I phrased that wrong. If she lets you touch her hair,
I have to agree with Sasquatch on this one. I can confirm. So she lets you get that close to her, man. You're going to get a lot close to her,
right? If she, God forbid, asks you to, because that's the situation I ended up with, and I pulled both my hands back, curled my fingers like I'm not supposed to. I'm not supposed to do that.
Yeah. Aaron, Laura, you're not talking about the movie, right? No, we're not talking about a movie. This was an event that happened.
Have you seen Sinners? We'll discuss that next week.
Yeah, no, the movie Sinners is a totally different thing. This was a convention for chicks who like monster porn on paper, essentially. You know, like urban fantasy stuff, but with extra spice, as they've been putting it. So yeah, no, it had nothing to do with the movie. Say again.
Yeah, kid. We didn't quite get it. Give that kid a lemon head. He's part of the show.
But yeah. So I don't know. I think we probably wrap up the topic here. The fact that this is sweeping the book talk, book club, literary wine mom world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something's very fucking wrong. And I suggest that this is definitely a first world problem. First of all, this is absolutely a first world problem. People in third world countries ain't got time to worry about this shit.
100%.
You know, same thing as the they, thems and all the pronoun shit like that. You're not going to find some kid in the fucking Sahara trekking 50 miles for a pail of water that he may or may not have to drink on the way back so he doesn't die, hoping not to get stung by a scorpion or bit by a snake or just fried in the fucking sun. Gives a shit about your fucking pronouns, right? He's not going to care all that much about what the wine mom's reading either. This is something that we do when we have time on our hands. And I suggest that perhaps a lot of suburbanite, mothers and wives and whatnot maybe have a little too much time on their hands. Just putting that out there. I know I do. I have way too much fucking time on my hands. And I get up to no good.
By the way, that is Arubu.
Yeah.
I also think it kind of like tells you about the level of education and intellect if you're excited about reading something like this and not, actually reading good books, getting good literature in your head, and there's a lot of it out there. I mean, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I would never go and read something. Why would I? I do like Twilight. I read all the. I know.
Gay.
I know I'm gay. Yeah, I'm not gay, but I read all the books. But I only got into it because I watched the films.
Yeah.
And I liked the films. I know it's weird again, but it's a vampire. It's not a cow or a bull.
It's a vampire.
It's still
who's several hundred years old, dorking on a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know.
Yeah, honestly,
why you have to be dialectical about things.
I still say that Bella Swan is the scariest creature in that entire series. That bitch is crazy as fuck.
I agree. The fact that
yeah.
Actually, I don't think any of that crap's real. Is she schizophrenic? I watch the movies very.
Yeah. Well, she's got to be right, because if they were real, they'd die in the sun.
Yeah.
Instead of sparkling like beautiful pearls.
Yeah. No, I get it. And the closest I ever got to any of this kind of like nonsense was back in the the mid 2000s. There was a revival of old fucking Victorian romance nonsense, like Sense and Sensibility and that sort of thing. And the very first of these revived books, basically what they were trying to do was take something from something else and put it into these books to make them better, because a lot of those books are very dry and very boring and just not good. Yeah. And the first one that came out was I can't remember the name of it. It was Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
Oh yeah.
Which is Pride and Prejudice, by the way. They didn't take any of the Pride and Prejudice out. They just added zombies and a few ninjas, and it's still
yeah, it was classic.
I came across. I have an absurd amount of strange foreign spicy literature on my Kindle, and I came across one that was I think the I'm not real good at freaking Korean or Japanese or whatever the hell that thing was, but I think it translates to My Zombie Boyfriend.
Okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
The whole if you've ever
do a movie about that like a couple years ago.
The series is called iZombie, but
okay. I heard of that.
Oh, but Warm Flesh.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Or Warm Bodies. Warm Bodies. That's it. Yeah, but that is exactly how this sort of played out, with one exception. The chick in this story worked at like a fucking hospital or some crap, and she had regular access to brain content, so she was able to provide it without actually killing people.
Yeah.
Fighter.
No. Fighter was a great fucking movie. If you want to go back to a movie that involves romance and zombies, you need to go all the way back to the late 80s, early 90s to a movie called My Boyfriend's Back.
Oh yeah.
God,
fucking fantastic, by the way, because not only does he come back because he loves her so much, he just can't stay dead, but he also can't prevent himself from rotting because he's dead, and he keeps eating people.
Just
yeah.
Wow.
Was that a trauma movie?
No, it wasn't.
You can go watch it.
That movie's great, man. Check it out.
The plot of that movie, not the plot, the guy playing the boyfriend, the way with his hugger triggers, like he's a perfectly normal person zombie 1 second and everything's fine. Yeah. He's kind of shambling along behind her, like, you see guys do out there, behind their dominant women. And then suddenly the hunger hits and it's like a robot takes over. It's the switch flips and it is night and day. He's a totally different actor suddenly. It's wild.
Yeah,
it's a fun fucking movie, and it's a comedy.
It was well done too.
It was in that same vein as those like Patrick Dempsey movies, like Can't Buy Me Love and that sort of thing, but with a zombie who ate people.
the what was it? Oh fuck! High School Angel? No, that's not it. I'll remember it. Go ahead.
Wasn't that Teen Angel? Something like that.
It was like that, but it was after Teen Angel, and it was like the title's dopey. It's like my high school, my angel crush, or my high school angel, or something like that.
Yeah, because a lot of these older movies that I'm talking about, they all took their names from like 60s love songs.
Yeah.
So like Teen Angel was one. There was obviously My Boyfriend's Back. Can't Buy Me Love, Love Potion Number 9, etc., etc.
By the way, as an aside, Love Potion number 9 might be Sandra Bullock's best role ever.
It's a pretty fun movie for a fucking chick flick.
It's not only a pretty fun movie, she does such a good job at looking like a freaking cow. And she's a hammer, right? So
Yeah.
they didn't just dress her down. She did all the other things too, like pulling her elbows in, slumping her shoulders, giving herself a little bit of a hunchback, bad posture, the whole nine. Bad shoes.
Maybe. Arden.
Earth Angel, maybe, but I don't know. I think I used to work at a movie store, so all these kind of freaking blend together to me. But there was this one where the kid died in like a car crash back in the mid 50s or 40s. And then his first incarnation back to Earth is as this girl's guardian angel. And she prayed to God and wanted to basically be one of the cool kids, but he has no idea what's cool in 1984.
See, that's how you set up a premise, man. That's how you set up a premise.
That's actually really good. Yeah.
He does an excellent job for 1951, but not so great for 1984.
The Heavenly Kid, Artuli Icky says.
Something like that. That might be it.
Yeah, the Heavenly Kid. That's it's not a girl. It's the guy comes back to teach a kid how to be popular, not knowing initially that it's his son.
Right, because he popped his cherry in the back seat of his daddy's Chevy the night before he drove into that fucking pylon or whatever it was.
Yep.
His brakes went out.
Why has Anna become Henry Cavill?
You'd have to ask her. I don't know. Probably
because I am such a feminist.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. I love my feminism, guys.
I appreciate that, Henry Cavill.
I just go out there and just do my thing and yeah.
But she does completely loyal to the source material, so have no fear there.
I mean, it's fair.
Yeah.
I would apologize, but I'm not that type of creature.
Yeah, I don't really I'm into my horses, not really the bull kind of things with the what did you say, Larry? What did you call it?
Larry.
Call what?
Pretty sure it wasn't that.
The timing of that.
No, I'm serious. Call what?
No. The thingy that we talked about before.
The bull.
No, look. No. I love Henry Cavill. He's great. He is me if I was a man.
You bitch.
I'm just tired talking about bulls. Can we talk about something else, Samuel?
All right, so there's this book about zombie sex. Check this out.
No. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Look, first of all, because there is such a thing as visual zombie porn. It's on video. It's been out for 30 years, and it's one of the most disgusting fucking things you'll ever see in your life. Secondly, we're not going there.
Horrorcore. Check out some horrorcore. And after that, something scarier, clowncore. Just don't. All right.
Clowncore is fucking awesome, dude.
I don't know, man. I dated a chick who did the clown thing, and she stabbed me eventually. So I got opinions, man.
I mean, I'm making direct reference to the band called Clowncore, not specifically that kind of clowncore.
Clowncore prawn is a thing.
Yeah.
And it's terrifying. It is more horrifying than the most horrorcore you will find.
Look, some people think gravity is absolute. Some people think that the inevitable death of the universe is absolute. Some people think that taxes are absolute. No, the only thing that is absolute in this universe or beyond is Rule 34.
Yeah. You get home one day and you're like, "Hey, honey, how you doing?" And she's like, You're like, "Oh, shit."
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
and how do you get to Rule 34? Through your mouse. See that? I segued.
Oh, get you. Get you in your segues.
Who are you and what have you done with Sam?
I don't know. I'm really bad at segues, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this down though, because I fucking forgot to. Because y'all don't need to see that. We've got some study came out recently talking about how gaming mouse can be used to eavesdrop on your conversations by a third party. I mean, as if it wasn't bad enough with your phone and your laptop and your smart TV and the fucking, LED lights and your overhead lamp. Now they can use your mouse too, apparently.
And your TV and your refrigerator. I went to go get a look at getting a dishwasher a couple of weeks ago, and 3/4 of the ones available had not only Bluetooth functionality, but had to update once you connected it in your home. I'm like, dude, you're washing dishes. 10 years ago, it was washing dishes. 10 years from now, it'll be washing dishes. What update do you need? Is it going to turn into a chick and make me a sandwich?
Weird science.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, honestly, this isn't even that concerning to me. I just thought it was kind of interesting. Apparently, it uses the laser to read the vibrations in your desktop from
that. They hate it when I do this.
It's sort of like bone induction technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which is essentially, if you guys don't know what that is,
coolest tools I've ever heard of in my life. There is a laser device that you can use to shine a laser against a window pane and listen to the conversations inside the building, inside that room. That exists. That's the thing. They made that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And the laser is invisible. You can't actually see it. You have to have a little lens to see the laser where you point it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, generally speaking, lasers are invisible. We have to add
coherency for it to be visible. Yes. But I mean, I'm just making the point that it's not like you're standing around and you see a red dot on the wall and it's like, oh shit, someone's listening. No.
Yeah. So, but that's been kind of the, I guess what's more interesting to me is not the fact that they are doing it, but how they're doing it. Because I've always thought that bone induction was very cool, and it was obviously very inspired by, certain kinds of animals that don't have ears, like snakes, which use a similar kind of thing to hear. They lay their lower jaws on the bottom ground and they read the vibrations that come through it, and that's how they can, quote unquote hear it, because they're not really hearing. It's a whole different thing, but essentially that bone translates into signals into their brain. The vibrations do, and this is kind of a similar thing, except they're using lasers to do what used to just take these tiny little seismic sensors, I guess you would call them.
Yeah.
It's not that big a deal. It's just I thought the technology was interesting. I don't know if there's much of a topic here.
I'm just thinking, what's next?
Well,
it's all the power of vibrations, man.
Hold on, it kind of depends how big of a deal it is. Kind of depends on how it's done. Because if you've got 10 million bot farms out there listening to 5 million people apiece, and they're all AI supported, it could be an issue. On the other hand, if you're trying to put actual people on that, yeah, it's not a problem.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think.
I don't know. I feel like Samuel, you were talking about mice, so I feel like there's some subconscious thing going on there, because mice are associated with what animal?
Mice.
She's not here right now, so you can say the
word. Lots of things eat mice, Anna.
Oh no, I don't know. I don't like any of those. We're getting there, and we're all slowly. Had a conversation with somebody the other day. Their whole job depends on them being creative and actually doing things at their own pace, and being an animator. And then now everything's AI, and person's like, I'm going to be, my job is obsolete. My education is obsolete. Everything is obsolete.
So here's the funny thing about that. The people making AI lauded it as the ability to make work less workful, to be less stressful and less of an issue because you won't have to do the work of it because robots will do it. And you can go and do art. And what actually happened is the AI took the art first. All of it.
Yeah.
You can no longer read something and tell whether it was written by a person or AI.
So do you think that story we were talking about for like an hour and a half was written by AI?
Unfortunately, I think that was that.
I don't think it's far-fetched.
I spent a lot of time talking to Grok, and it's absolutely within the realm of possibility that fucking machine mind has a thing for bullmen.
Surprise, folks. This entire show has been AI. Winner.
Maybe
we're actually at a nice restaurant enjoying a nice steak dinner right now.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
In the Matrix.
I would very much like to be.
I was just going to say that
sounds
in the
great.
Matrix. Exactly.
Yeah.
How do you like your steak?
Usually medium rare.
I say yes. I'll
Yeah.
tolerate that.
Hey, look, as long as it's not blue rare, I'm good.
With some nice chimichurri sauce. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm getting
I'll
hungry.
take it however it comes, but medium rare is my preference.
I don't usually like if it's done well, right? You don't really need like sauces and whatnot. But if I gotta go with the sauce, I gotta go with Kansas City.
What is
I'm with
that?
Sam
I
on that
can't say
one.
I've had that.
I don't generally go for sauces, but I'm allergic to soy, so there's soy sauce in almost all of that shit. So I just skip sauces, soy and red, and most meat sauces either have soy or are red.
Yeah,
onion gravy's good though.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God.
That's not a thing I would eat.
On top of a steak, man. Like, I don't like onions, I don't like mushrooms, but my wife brought me a recipe for a steak drizzle that is like a caramelized onion gravy with mushrooms, sauteed mushrooms in it. It's all right. I mean, I'll eat onions and mushrooms under certain circumstances. Is what I'm saying.
I guess. Yeah. It's not so much that like I'm not against flavoring the meat. Like you take a nice marinade and you marinate that meat in it for like 3-4 days so that it sort of infuses the meat with that flavor, right? Just kind of enhances it and brings it out. I love that shit. I'm just not so much for sauce on the side, right? I don't eat ketchup with steak ever because ketchup is meant to cover up the taste of something, not to enhance it.
Dude, I might get into a fist fight if you put ketchup on a steak I cook.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, who the fuck
every
puts
once in a
ketchup
while
on a steak?
Every once in a while, I will put the merest drop of Dave's Insanity sauce on it. But most of the time, if I'm going to do anything at all, it's probably going to be some kind of Kansas City barbecue sauce.
Zillage.
I was going to say my dad
ketchup
relax.
on a steak.
No, I was going to say my dad formerly did relax.
Were you though?
No.
Look, my adult children put ketchup on their steak, and I refuse to cook steaks for them. I won't do it.
Disown them. Disown them immediately.
I fixed it. I cooked them fucking hot dogs. If you're going to put ketchup on something, put it on something that needs ketchup.
Look, my ex-wife and I disagree on a lot of shit. And sometimes very violently disagree on stuff. But on this, she's 100% right. You don't fucking put ketchup on good meat.
Yeah.
You don't do that because it's like what's the point then, right? Why are you even having good meat? Why not get some fucking subpar meat? As long as you're using ketchup, you're not going to be able to taste the difference.
Yeah, but would you?
Well, that's a big.
Okay,
Sorry,
but would
go
you? Sorry, no, you go ahead. See, I'm such a feminist. Man talk.
I was just going to say, like, the only basis I know ketchup is used for on meat is meatloaf in general. So that's it.
Oh, meatloaf is a different thing, though. I mean, that's
hold on. Here's
meatloaf. Meatloaf is the red velvet of meats.
My dude, say that if you want. My aunt was a 5-star chef, and I learned to make her freaking meatloaf. And I was utterly astounded when I made the meatloaf, and all 3 of those kids sat down and ate it.
I didn't say it couldn't be delicious. I'm saying it's made of fucking leftovers.
With a tub of freaking ketchup right in front of them. They never touched it.
Yeah.
I was like, that is weird.
I need to try that.
Go find you a good recipe. Don't just grab the first one off the internet. Like,
But going back to mice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who would ever try like a roasted mouse?
I will.
What in the
I have
world?
no problem with that.
100%.
Yeah.
Have you not seen Demolition Man? Edgar Friendly caught on to something, man. He was on it.
Yeah, it's like some freaking
Rat burger. Yeah.
Blade Runner shit.
Neutrina, man. Have you never mind. Nutria, not Neutrina. Nutria.
Yeah.
It depends. Like, if you just gave me a roast mouse, I'd be like, what the fuck is this disgusting piece of shit? Get it out of my face.
I would
But
try.
if you said, here's a dish with
tell me you're gonna say
mouse meat in it, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, that's different. Like, just a mouse is
Maybe.
Look, mice aren't very big creatures. There's not a lot to them, and they're mostly sinew and bone, right? So there's not going to be a lot of like fleshy meat to
Like,
eat.
if you wanted to make if you wanted to make like a mouse curry,
I have to kill like 30 of them to make.
You'd have to kill like
pie,
100 of the fucking things,
right? But if I did that, maybe it would be a good pie. I don't know. I haven't tried that. But if I did, I don't have a problem with eating mice, whatsoever. As far as I'm concerned, meat is meat.
Boy.
Well,
it certainly wouldn't be my preference.
Man, I've had rabbit, I've had cat, I've had horse, I've had various kinds.
You've had cat.
I've
had
You may have had mouses or at least rat as well, because if you've eaten at Chinese restaurants, bro,
or
you
McDonald's,
really don't know what that is.
Hold on, Sam, you've had cat
among many other things. That's the one that fucking grabs you.
I know, right?
Yes.
No, any other animal.
My cat's like, nope.
Hey Sam, get the grill out. Anna's showing her cat. Get the grill.
I know. Good time.
Could I just ask which Asian country you were in at the time, Sam?
I tell you what, man. If you've ever been to an Asian restaurant, chances are you've had cat too. They just called it sweet and sour pork.
Well, I was stationed in South Korea for a year, and I got tricked into eating dog by some dignitaries. So yeah, it can.
How did you react?
I've had broadwood before.
Yeah, how'd you react when you found out you were eating dog? Did you stop eating it?
They waited until I was done before they told me.
Oh, that's horrible.
Dickheads.
Let me put it this way. I was shocked at the patience that I had, because if I had blown up in a restaurant, here I am, a visitor in their country, and the wrong move would have gotten me in a lot of trouble. It wouldn't have mattered what they did.
So
the military absolutely would have handed me over to the Korean police, and when the Korean police was done with me, they would have handed me back to the military, who then would have sent me to Fort Leavenworth.
That's not the part that I'm concerned with. I'm asking, what was your personal reaction to finding out that you and Fido are now one?
Yeah.
Were you shocked at how good it was?
Because I think
I was.
The same reaction I had to mountain oysters.
Mountain oysters?
No.
Sasquatch, you've been eating bollocks.
Absolutely.
They're a delicacy in the States, man.
They are.
Now, first of all, if you've ever had a really good battered cube steak or a chicken fried steak, it was very much like that. But it was done as a joke, much as Larry's talking about, and they got a platter of these things, and there were all kinds of weird stuff on it, and nobody really knew what it was, but those things were absolutely tasty, and they ended up, like, a bunch of the kids ended up eating them, and I was sitting over there just munching on them, and one of the waitresses comes over and it's like, y'all do realize that y'all are eating bollocks. She was a little more she was better at it than I am, but everyone else freaked out and like ran to the bathroom and made all kinds of noises. And my response was, good nuts.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, Sasquatch, is that you love a nice big set of balls in your mouth.
He's not
in
the
the
only one on
event
the
that you're
panel who's
seasoned and
eaten fucking
prepared
Rocky Mountain
prepared
oysters.
right,
now.
yes.
Yeah. Like I used to live fucking 20 minutes from a town called Severance, Colorado. Severance, Colorado has exactly one thing going for it besides it's less than 100 fucking people.
Bollocks.
There's a bar called Bruce's Rocky Mountain Oyster Bar. The town's motto on the sign, the welcome sign when you drive into town, says where the geese fly and the bulls cry. Best Rocky Mountain oysters, by the way, ever. At least they were till Bruce's Rocky Mountain Oyster Bar went under, and now it's a ghost town. So,
yeah, I'm not surprised.
Well, as an aside, these may have been sheeps. I don't know. It was in Appalachia, so I think it was in Kentucky, but it might have been Tennessee.
That could have been sheep.
Yeah, there's no telling actually what it was, but it was definitely some sort of bollocks. And I don't mean bullock. I mean bollocks. You say it, Abe. You say
bollocks.
It right.
Bollocks. Yeah.
Bollocks.
I mean, we just call them balls.
Yeah, we call them balls too.
Yeah.
But we use the other word for more dramatic effect.
Yeah. It's not really that common in the States. I mean, it's not, there's nothing wrong with the word. Like, we don't have a taboo against it. It's just not that commonly said. You know, most of the time people just use the short form, balls.
The only things I won't eat are genitals, eyeballs, and brains.
You ever had tongue?
Pretty much everything else is fair.
Heart is amazing.
Have you ever had cow tongue?
I have.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have, yeah.
Really nice.
Nope.
Cow. All right, so the striated tissue that you find in cow tongue that has that. Anyway, if you've ever had a heart, there is
about either.
a heart.
Knife on Aaron.
So, Shadow's asking, why are you all so gay? And I would argue that it takes a real man to consume another species' balls and digest them.
Yeah, without question.
I know he's not talking.
Hello, Shadu.
My Lord help us, Stanfa. Fish eyes were better than you thought. Yeah, I don't think I've actually had fish eyes. I know people who've said very nice things about them, though.
Gross.
Can't say I've had those either.
I don't see how that's any different from fish eggs.
I've got a video available of a buddy of a pig's eye, if you want to see it.
I had to dissect a pig's eye in junior high.
Ugh.
I had to do that.
Yeah. You had a fetal pig and a frog.
Today we couldn't do that because somebody would probably write a story about a pig being some kind of pig man that you want to go and sleep with or something.
Or they freak out about, oh, it's an autonomous creature. How dare you do that? Whereas, like, even before my time, they made these kids kill their own frogs before they dissected them.
Yep.
Sheesh.
No. I think, honestly, I think maybe we need to get back to that. Not so much like we got to wipe out the frog population or anything like that, although they are getting a little bit gay, according to Mr. Alex Jones.
Freaking frogs gay.
But, I think we're showing kids these days all of these horrific things that maybe they don't need to be exposed to, but we completely ignore all the horrific things we used to expose them to that made them tough in the fucking first place.
Yep.
Remember, was it me and you that had the discussion about the difference between like 70s and 80s latchkey kids versus modern latchkey kids?
Yeah.
That me and you?
I think
totally
so.
night and day. The difference being the modern latchkey kids basically use their cell phone to look for something to emulate online and then do it in the privacy of their own home while their parents are at work and away, right? The old latchkey kids would literally just fuck off until dark, get home right before their parents did or whatever. They just they were usually the kids with like quote unquote the cool parents, the cool house to go to, and you get over there and it's an absolute fucking disaster area.
Right.
I mean, it should have been shut down with hazmat suits and stuff, but there's everybody sitting around smoking weed and drinking tea out of the same pitcher that's got that grunge that's built up on the inside. Abe knows. That's a knowing laugh.
Garden Party's going to go make himself an alcoholic milkshake. Will you make sure you tip your bull then?
The bull will tip you, bro.
Tip your bull tender.
But going back to your point about the mouse.
Oh yeah.
What is the issue? Like, okay, we all know things like this are happening. So what? They're listening in, and
oh, you mean the mechanical mouse? I was sitting here thinking, like, are you trying to get him to justify why
Oh
he
yeah,
wouldn't
back
eat
to the
one?
topic.
Yeah, sorry, I was still thinking about field mice and shit.
Right.
Mice and men, like,
you know, like little bunny foo foo. I don't want to see you walking up the field mice and bopping them on the head.
That's funny.
Yeah, fuck them mice.
yeah, Steinbeck would definitely agree.
That's the next book we're going to cover next week.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
So okay, so it's listening, and what?
I mean,
Don't
it's
buy the mouse.
no.
guess?
I just found the technology itself interesting. The fact that it is or can be used to by a third party to listen to you isn't so much the worrying thing, because you already have a dozen fucking devices in the room you're in right now that are doing that same thing, whether you want them to or not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So like that's not
everybody
important.
on Earth. Everybody on Earth is carrying a wiretap with them right now.
Right. What's one more fucking device? That wasn't really what I was
Yeah.
bringing it up about. Is so much as aside from illustrating once again, hey, they're watching you all the time, and there's nothing you can do about it. But was just the kind of technology that it uses, where it uses the laser to kind of read vibrations in the desk based on the sound waves that are bouncing off the desk, kind of thing. I just thought that was neat.
Joke's on them. My mic's broke. My mouse is broken. Every time I take my hand off of it, it goes to sleep. If it's not actively moving, it's off.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it doesn't really bother me because the battery lasts for freaking ever now.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, if I'm being honest, my gaming mouse is probably fucking 17 years old. You know, I've used it through on multiple computers.
Mine's at
It's
least
this old Logitech.
5. Yeah, yours is like prehistory though. Mine is like, you know, modern.
Mine has a cord.
Yeah, no. Although I do have, sometimes it does twig the fuck out, and I have to plug it directly into the computer for it to realize shit's happening again.
Mm-hmm.
Jack's saying he doesn't believe a mouse can be used to listen to you, that the physics of that just don't work. I mean, maybe it isn't the laser. I don't know, but it it could absolutely read the vibrations on that. I mean, if a snake can do it with its fucking jawbone, I don't see why a mouse couldn't do it.
Well, I mean, a dolphin does it with a 3-pound globe of freaking butterfat in its forehead. So, like, what are we talking about? The physics of a laser against the surface?
I think it's just it's. I mean, if you just basically substituting, LiDAR for radar, really.
Yeah, really.
Really. I don't know why I said really twice in the first time.
I love it.
This now.
It's fun. I like what it feels.
It's like I had one of those like little mini glitches where you accidentally post the same thing 2 or 3 fucking times, but you think you only did it once.
Yeah.
Except it was verbal.
I have a stupid freaking story of a guy. I was trying to help a guy set up a YouTube channel, and
I'm sorry, Sasquatch. Does it involve milking bulls?
Does it need to, Anna? Would that make you happier, Anna? No, it doesn't. Anyway, you've got a scheduling thing that you can do in your YouTube, and he accidentally scheduled the same video to be uploaded like every day at noon and couldn't figure out how to stop it. So his channel is literally nothing but like 5 other videos and this one video uploaded every day, and it has more subscribers than I do. That is disappointing, sir. Because he couldn't figure out how to turn it off, and so he just gave up the channel and made another channel and went off and did some other crap. And a couple of months later, I asked him about it. He was like, "Oh, let's go check it out." And he's got like 9,000 subscribers, and we just looked at each other. We didn't say a word. He just shut that down. We got up with our separate ways. We never mentioned it.
So it's just this like fucking rogue ghost channel out there doing its thing still.
I don't think so. I think he deleted it. I think he got pissed about it eventually and deleted it. But I tried to explain it to him. I'm like, look, the algorithm really likes activity, and me and you, we're not very like daily active, right? But that channel is daily active every day because it uploads just the same 15-second video every day.
Yeah.
It's been doing it for like 4 years now, or went then.
Holy shit.
Maybe I should rig it to do that with some of the fucking shorts. You know, some of the classics, like I don't know, Luke Castley saying balls, or the one where Nomi bites open a pop can. That one did pretty well.
Yeah.
I seen someone one night at a house party decide they were going to do something cool, and it's something I've seen him do like a million times. And he like bit the top of a beer off and popped out 3 teeth.
Oh, shoot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd count that as a win. It's like, hey, check this party trick out. Oh, fuck, now I got to go to the dentist.
It was a win because the party had rolled over to like the next morning, and it was like Monday at fucking 10:15 in the morning, and everybody's still hammered except the chick this guy's hitting on. And he pops his freaking teeth out, picks them up, looks at her, is like, take me to the dentist. They got married 9 months later.
Oh,
exactly 9 months later. I blame the drugs that he got while he was at the dentist.
I probably would too, man. I blame the drugs for a lot of stupid shit I've done, including the drugs.
You do one, then you do another. It's fine.
Well, you don't really know that whether you like it or not the first time, so you have to do it a second time to check.
Yeah.
That's how I think that's supposed
And then
to be.
when you get to the 50th time where you're checking, you're like, maybe this might be a problem.
It's like, I think I really don't like this, so I'm glad I did it all 50 times just to make sure.
You can only fix it once you admit it's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you gotta be sure that it is a problem first, right?
Well, I mean, it becomes a problem when it shows up outside of its environment, right? So, look at gambling. Take gambling. Gambling is typically something someone does, you know, a few minutes a day, or a couple of days out of a week, and as long as it doesn't affect the rest of the week or the rest of the day, it's typically not a problem, you know. But when you got people showing up at your work trying to beat down your dough to get paid, that's a problem.
Right?
Yep.
Oh, man.
I wouldn't know.
Well, lucky you. That's all I got to say.
I wasn't very
about that.
inventive as a kid.
I wasn't always a kid doing stupid shit, so yeah. A lot of my most stupid adventures happened after I was an adult, after I was a legal adult, could do all the adult things. You know, hell, I got into a bunch of shit after I was able to be fucking insured as an adult, which is like age 26.
Yeah.
So
I almost ate the brownies once. That's as close as I've ever come.
You almost ate the brownies? Yeah.
Almost.
Almost.
Let me put it this way. I used to tell people that I don't mess around with that hardcore shit like weed. I prefer it all natural, you know, stuff like LSD and crystal meth. It's nowhere near as hardcore as cocaine and weed.
Yeah. You know, crystals and shit. Yeah.
Mostly I would just say that to them when they try to get me to eat shrooms because I fucking hate mushrooms of any kind.
Yeah.
Not for us.
So, look, I will take chemically manufactured LSD over fucking shrooms any goddamn
Have
day.
you ever
Allegedly.
seen?
Listen,
More for us.
Have you ever
you
seen?
don't have to like the
Trash
mushrooms, just the effect.
No, that's no, I don't agree with that at all. Like the effect is nowhere near good enough to make me dig through fucking shit at midnight to find one of these poisonous things and put it in my fucking mouth.
Yeah, what the fuck? You're doing mushrooms wrong, bro.
Yeah, you're totally doing them wrong. If somebody lied to you, bro.
Oh, you mean I gotta let somebody else do that part and wash them off first?
Well, see, here's the thing. First of all, they're not actually in the shit; they're on it.
Yeah,
oh, that's better. That's so much better.
They
They're growing
grew
out
from
of it.
Yeah.
It's so the shit is in their DNA.
But that's maybe, I don't know, saprophytes. If mushrooms, you can't judge them fuckers.
Mate, there is a large tract filled with feces inside your own body right now. Why the fuck are you disgusted?
I don't hook up a hose to that and stick it in my mouth either.
Oh, colonic irrigation. Come on.
But I thought you used Twitter.
Did you forget how agriculture works?
Yeah.
No, fungus. You can't trust fungus, and I'm not fucking doing it on my pizza. I'm not hallucinating with it. I don't want it anywhere near me if I can at all help it. I realize spores are fucking everywhere. I understand that. It doesn't make me happy about things, and it certainly doesn't mean I'm inviting that shit into my body for any reason ever.
Just breathe it in, son. Just breathe it in.
Have you done like LSD mescaline?
Not with the mescaline, but I've done them separately.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying either one, because while they are very different and function quite different, if you do LSD, you get a crossover resistance to mescaline, not because you have a physical resistance, but because you're mentally capable of dealing with the shit that it does in your head.
Yeah.
I live in the South down here, right? And I was riding down the road one afternoon and I saw a buddy of mine walking along with 2 trash bags, and I thought he had been kicked out. So I stopped, picked him up, got to give him a ride. He threw the 2 trash bags on the back of the truck, got in, looked at me, and his eyes looked like full moon portals, bro. And he's like, I've got 37 pounds of mushrooms. I weighed them. I was like, get the fuck out of my truck.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I like truffle mushrooms. Oh, so good. And going back to animals and pigs. Truffle pig.
You can train dogs to do it too.
Yeah, but I think aren't there certain species of pigs whose noses are actually specialized for exactly that kind of thing?
Yep.
Like you can train a dog to do it because dogs have extremely sensitive noses, but like certain pigs are designed for searching out those things.
You're talking about those Iberian pigs, and scientifically speaking, the jury's still out as to why it works better than an average pig. I'm just saying, physically, it's not like they have better senses of smell or anything, but they do seem to be more on point with the truffles.
Yeah.
And there's no brain difference. There's no olfactory difference. There's not a different number of sensors or whatever you want to call them. There is a slight difference in mucal layer, but I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Sure doesn't, Michael Lair.
I read a lot about it. I'm sorry. Did not do a show on that one, actually. Probably should.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I can't with the fucking fungus, man. Look, they're not like us.
There's a fungus among us.
They're not like the plants either. The plants and the animals need to be as one on this. The fungus are out to get all of us.
You know, we're made of fungus somewhat, right?
Yeah.
So they are
Very
kind
sorry.
of like us in a way, because we're kind of made of them.
Yeah.
That's what they want you to believe.
I think I actually got Daniel back on your show from many months ago. Sasquatch was there. I said I take cordyceps.
Yes, I recall. Yes. Yes, you did. Intentionally, even.
You. It's actually really good for you.
Yeah, right up until it hijacks your brain and nervous system.
Well, it's just like the Democrat Party. You see, it's good for you. It sounds great. It's all compassionate and everything until you look them straight in the face and hand them a doll and say, we can discuss what adjusting the First Amendment as soon as you can show me on this doll where the bad words hurt you. And then they melt the fuck down and go insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still gonna be taking those cordyceps pills, though.
Yeah, I mean, you enjoy that. You have fun with that. I don't know. Craziest I ever get, though. Like,
what you don't realize is right now she's actually growing into her couch.
Yeah.
The last of Anna.
She's evolving into a final form.
I'm gonna start clicking on Mike here any second now.
Anna's power is over 9,000.
She's got like this one pseudopod over there on the mouse, and now she's worried they're listening to her.
Yeah.
Oh, this seems like a good place to end the show. Otherwise, I'm going to start telling old stories about drugs and stuff, and I definitely don't want my mother hearing any of that. So, let's do it. Let's bring this shit to a close and go around the horn here. Zillage, we'll start with you. What do you got? Do you have anything coming up you want to plug? Anything you want people to point people to? Sorry about that.
Yeah, people, please don't milk Minotaurs for future reference, okay? And yeah.
What if they ask Dice?
I mean,
that's different.
If that's their kink, I mean, go for it, I suppose. But anyhow, I'll be on the Linus channel later on tonight. You can catch me there as a moderator. And probably sometime in the future, I am probably thinking of some projects on my channel later on today. I haven't really come to any consensus yet, but it's kind of been a floating idea in my head. But I'll let you guys know once it comes to mind. But that's pretty much it.
Email me. We'll talk about it. We'll figure it out. Make it happen.
All right. Sounds good, man.
Yeah. All right. Sasquatch, what do you got?
Tomorrow I have the Blast Radius at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be an interesting one. Captain Curmudgeon has got his dander up about this new the new bishop over there, Archbishop, who has basically remade. All right, hold on. Let me grab that text so that I can read it to you because he said it. It's fucking great, dude. He was talking about how they repainted the inside of let's see, a building that stood for nearly 1,000 years, and the building was where Archbishop Becket was famously martyred by Henry II's overzealous drunken knights in the year 1170. The building that's the finest still extant example of the Norman architectural tradition. You go inside and see a bunch of fucking ugly ass street graffiti, the kind of shit you see under an underpass. And he's right. He is directly on point. So that should be pretty good. Wednesday, assuming my host can get her shit together enough to actually have a show at around 8:30, 9 p.m. Eastern, we'll be doing AJOT's Corner. And I'm hoping to get the guy who's canceled the last 2 weeks to come in for Thursday on a Sasquatch Shills. And after that, I'm either back here or off and on going to be on the Powdered Dusties as producer and a couple of other channels that I'm not allowed to mention, but you can find me out there. I'm on panels places.
Mm-hmm. Indeed he is.
Subscribe, like, comment, tell me how much I suck. Whatever. I mean, I don't care. It's engagement. You can say whatever you like. Free speech.
Yeah. Good things. Right. Abe.
You can find me everywhere. Abe's going to get you. You find me principally on X and Rumble. I'm actually going to take a couple of days off.
Good.
Who are you and what have you done with Abe?
What the?
Yeah, I'm not going to be doing anything tomorrow or Monday particularly, apart from just like uploading part of the massive backlog of catalog of content that I've got. Then I'll be doing Team Play Tuesday on Tuesday evening with Tomby and Smooth the DJ and one of my good friends who play that game, and everyone's welcome to join in to play Marvel Rivals. Yeah. There'll be no Jack and Abe show this week, I'm afraid, because Jack has to take a week off. So after that, you'll see me on the Hump Day Chinwag on Wednesday. Then I'll be on the Full Aussie again on Thursday for our Stargate streams, possibly again on Friday. Maybe some Demonologist on Friday, with Yarn Witch and Queen Comics' wife. And then my usual weekend rotation of Rockefeller Plaza, Abyssal Musings, Beelzebub, Full Aussie, Anime After Dark, Screaming Into the Void, and then we'll be right back here again. And you'll see me everywhere in between.
Indeed. I'm actually thinking about making a separate crawl for the show with just the stuff that Abe's going to be on. So I just like constantly at the bottom of the show just scrolls across.
You could put like a little piece at the top for Anna, a little piece at the bottom for me and Zillage, and then the rest of it's Abe.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I'll just be everywhere. It's fine.
Yeah. He does a lot of shit, folks. He does a lot of shit and he doesn't sleep. So,
yeah.
Chances are if you go anywhere within the sphere on the YouTubes or the Rumbles or the, what have you, it's probably not Blue Sky, but, out there.
No Blue Sky.
But you'll find Abe. You'll find Abe. You turn over a rock and you'll find Abe, along with his beloved.
Abe's going to get you.
Myconoids.
There it is. Made $5.
Yeah. Anywho, Anna, do you have anything you want to plug? Anything coming up? Anything new?
So I'm gonna keep it short. First of all, thank you to everybody in chat. You were brilliant and lovely panel. I'm gonna be on with Clifton 3D on Monday for our Monday mashup show. And then we'll see. You can find me on Anna's Gameland on Twitter. I still call it Twitter. I don't want to call it X. I know you call it Twix, but I'm just like, whatever. But no, thank you so much. And Samuel, you gotta go. You have an obsession with cats, don't you? Secretly, I know it because you love cats.
I didn't even bring up cats this episode. That wasn't even me.
That was so random.
You thought it though.
But no, thank you, and yeah, just Anna's Gameland, and thank you, Aaron, for putting the link out. I do video games sometimes and stream with all these lovely men because I'm such a feminist.
Yeah. Actually, that is what it is. Larry, before we head out, do you have anything you want to tell the good people about what's coming up?
Of course, this upcoming Friday's episode of Abyssal Musings is our 150th episode. So I mean, it's a party. Come one, come all. Hopefully, we can get some of you guys on our panel. You're all welcome. And other than that, if she goes on tonight, you can catch me in the chat moderating for Amira on the Exile Lioness 2 channel. And other than that, I will be around.
All right. Well, I just checked, and she does have something scheduled for 8:35, so in 2 hours. But otherwise, that brings it to me. y'all know the deal. Probably be some game streams coming up here. Probably some more Blood Omen. Probably some more Monster Hunter. Maybe some other stuff. I don't know. It kind of depends on how I feel. I've been sort of branching out a little bit, and also we missed a couple of nights of game streaming last week because, frankly, I came home, I sat down on my desk chair, and I went to sleep twice in a row. I was tired, so nothing happened on those nights. But there will be more game streams coming up this following week. Plus, as Larry stated, the 150th episode of Abyssal Musings, the second show on this channel to reach 150 episodes when most channels can't get a show to go to 150 once. Right, so we're pretty proud of that. Pretty happy about that. It's come on by. It's gonna be a celebration, a good time. Also, you can find me on Beelzehub for Beelzepub and Screaming to the Void right here next week. And anytime Amir's going live, usually I will be there somewhere in the back helping out and probably getting yelled at. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's even my fault. Thank you, chat. Thank you guys for being here, hanging out, watching with us. We had a lot of concurrent viewers today. I'm pretty impressed with that. And also, I do want to thank y'all for not only have we a while back we crossed 100,000 total views on the channel. Well, last weekend we crossed 4,000 watch hours, which is pretty fucking impressive for a channel that hasn't even got 500 subscribers. So thank you guys for that.
Let's
That's awesome.
go.
Yeah.
So that means that good one. Yeah, you know what that means? That means that some of these bigger channels who seem like they're not going anywhere. Our people watch our shit, and that's awesome.
Yep,
it's amazing, and we thank you for it. So,
and they're not bots.
Yeah, mostly. I mean, I might be
mostly.
It's possible that I'm not real.
They come at night, mostly.
Yeah,
mostly.
All right. That said, thank you all. We're gonna get out of here. Have a good night. Remember, it could always be worse. It could be raining flaming cobras. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.